ne aye wo gwankobia one more wachiri dwamo one dane mununkum emmo wachiri dwamo one dane jafa dumo be prapra wakwan mu won tutu anamo nyina nsiye wade friye mu fi baye mu nyina no wakase na nkasa mamode no wonhwe fidie biara fidisumfo na sum dia ma wo no ena no pay ye mpaye bompaye de ma wo se wobepeja wanamo tutu onyinara free sa fidie no mu na wode wase mapon matena bia no obeye wo yie ama nipa nyinara ne ehunu adapa ye nyina we so ne am wakyene asanso mu akwaba Western in the morning live on Wontumi 101.3 live on Western Diamond Television. And then Thursday, the 8th day of May 2025, in the year of our Lord. And open you atenase. But they workers, team ni na no e krado ofiase ya. Ya baba som wa my chance my Ghana. And someone do akoso free and run adwa e koda ye bepemene. Ni akoso o memu ase no. And open you anya kwanya se ye no di ho nkomo. Na nkomodie wo chefa wo mu. Me so me chefa wo mu. And the truck driver, truck mate, taxi driver, Uber driver, Yango driver, boat driver, power, edwamufuo man mema. Afei, wanu so aye pe djuma ye. Ye nyina ye nchefa wo mu. Sa ye peja wo man na gina mpempenso papa. Abusia kan na se no so se. Wo man mu tina bed. Amanchiri manso aba bebo enempanimfuo eye abaso. Ejanopai yada sese wa joining the biggest conversation nationwide. Yana production team nase. Watchema ba ASN Chill and a lady production and anopai. Heavily supported by Abna Sawa Meniampo, Michael Yaru, Samuel Jinko, Kelly in charge of social media. Mana Prek technician on duty. Midin Osikani Frimpong Manso, Betinamu Diama, Berma Ba, Nana Kunetu, Abupra. And a pay that I say what me I can't hold. But you join conversation and I'll pay with your WhatsApp and text messenger 0248071174 0248071174. But I will screen as a pair. I think so. Ubetimi join here live on all our social media platforms. Western Diamond TV on Facebook, Western Diamond TV TikTok, Western Diamond TV YouTube, Western Diamond TV X, and I think all the other platforms are ebusia. Our social media no so. Yatina say ye di kan to ye ho awfo ne ahye ye ho ankurai. Na anopay de me ne wo che enie. Emre. Jebiem emre. Emre, time and season. Time and season. But timing is everything. If it is meant to happen, it will. At the right time, for the right reasons. But nyame wa mre de mo bia wa asasi so. Papa no wa mre de mo bia wa asasi so. Wobi dia beba no pa obi dia beba wia obi dia beba na adwo eno nkire se wo dia ma ya na che se papa ni refri wo ba cho tie biem adanu ada wo bi sode a anopahema ati hasuo eko brain moja ni pedia woni na busua bedi abusia san ni pano adanu ada wo tu sa na mo no esansa na emre sese Yamidi peja no enso ye no wako ye no ye wonya ye no abusua na nseda nsankuran adano so papa bi wonu mpode baabi a no wo hye no wanya akonya mposo obepia anopahema na wako brene moja ni apede woni na busua bedi nanso no edane kwa wiye no Tebiem edani kwa wiye no na asafu Yehowa wo sira obi ntumi nnome ne ye wode mre eye na dwuma no wo pagya na freedom tode na wo timu no de nasi mapon matena bia ye ni panyina wanwa adapa dia me ka kire onyina ne se Woman so ya emuabamu emu obi ye die ntete wasomdwe tie bia ema obi ye die ntete wasomdwe nimre na aba when the time is right it will happen tie bia when the time is right whatever that is meant to happen will happen and he sets me and the timing is everything. If it's not meant to happen, it won't happen. But if it is meant to happen, it will. At the right time for the right reason. And to the minimum, the owner move. Maybe I know about Muabu. Maybe I know I told so. Maybe I know the canoe bottom. Maybe I know Jumaya Manfue, Unya Binya. Maybe I will use Suku. Oversaw twice so. And so, nay, and Yaman Koye, Miss Rao, Tiabia. What is what the other Pahima? What is why now when you crown so the other Pahima and Po? Baby, I know a channel. I yes, soon to the other Masani Palo. Nansuno, and Tonko set a new batono. Now, as of Yahoo was a sunny Pashabre, as a sunny Shabre, Etinabutra, Kawakuma to yam, and Katraya, Wombre Baba. Timing is everything. Nyame de mrena yena juma. And of course, a toda yama mre kakra so. We need to give time some time. Yama mre kakra. If timing is everything, Nyantiasia prakupe se mre no suana so. Mre no suana so. Mre no suana so. Adanu ada edia Bible mu nsamo wase enne ya kasa me hunu ba bia me mfa mani enkyere me hu se me mpem komani mu o se me nane machi o anampo me nkwa afane afampo na mre duru ye no ebusu atie bia me mre duru ye no wakasia ne man nsa so ema niam atodi ndi man eyemre ebusu atie bia eyemre emre ni duru na duru etike wakoma to yam ne asese wo ye bia ne ya na mre ne ba beso ama wonsu a ye bu atantan de wonsu a ene ya ye kase se ebusua ehia na ukotena nhia mu na se a ye twetwe wo no emre bi beba wo mre beso emre ne bedane ama obuani ani die mapan ye teme di ama kwa kuma to yam bompire ya jumaden kem ko wanimu eniema be ye timing is everything. If it is meant to happen, trust me, it will at the right time for the right reason. And pay you now so na yansan so am watching ne am akwa babie mu Western in the morning live on Western Diamond Television. Within the Osikani Frimpong Manso, some 50 minutes gone past 6. And pay nkomo ha say. But for WhatsApp and a text message for 0248071174 so bra. 0248071174 so. I feel the program is live on all our social media platforms. Western Diamond TV on Facebook, like here page, you know. Copy link in and share. So I drink to the fall of Abra. The Beji Bracken carrying in the amount. They're live on YouTube as well. Live on TikTok. Into the ending come and so and free. And I pay a march. Ya sound so amount aqua babium.
Electoral area coordinator, Senate polling station executives via Omoaha. Members of the new patriotic party, communicators now, Omunyina, Michia Munyina. And I say, Seria Munyina Matino. Year 2024 elections, no, December. Now, maybe a elections. Parliamentary candidates, every constituency, Omoko round, Ekodasi, and a presidential candidate. So, after every presidential election, from Ejukwahin next time to President Kufuor next time to President Nana Akufo-Addo next time,
peja enkomo ahodo ni nyina efia constituency in focus etanopai no twombo pe ye ne efia member of parliament honorable lawyer Isaac Abu Amanyako esin konwa na yetimi edi eye enkomo kakra enso ewo ho me ba cha another enkrata efri eye mesebedwafie baaye na baby efri baaye no eye from the minority caucus no issue a statement and honorable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo ensa ehyasia adanu me beka che say honorable Samuel okuje to ablakwa esese timi eba bonten no free ni pem ebepa eye MPP abanda da na ebese ne koye no na nardan kwakufu ado ene Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia achew na fein so no eniema bia enei as foreign affairs minister waba no a oye no ne abanda da ne hyase no a waba beto aso no esese o lanchi anasa wo di hu koma wo de credit ema eye abanda da no and clearly me be kan wan say na amanfo say me no me kasa dodo me pa chaw ya kan say chip embedded passport ya adanu ada NDC ni Samuel okuje to ablakwa ese enei wamo eba be share a nationwide rollout of the chip embedded passport na say wamo call lanche yer me betina aka che say it was launched by President Adam Akufo-Addo and afei the then foreign affairs minister honorable Ayoko Bokwe in 2023 there about 2024 muho me be kan ofia say and the minority caucus has set the record straight on the nationwide rollout of the chip embedded passport. Bepacho with your indulgence, you know, ubiemu kakrama mi anke be me de. Na yetimi akenkan eye and several minority no so edinam enano pay efa eye the nationwide rollout of the chip embedded passport no ho. Eye Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ejuma wo ye you know, credit should be given to the one who is due for the credit. On Monday, 28th April 2025, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs launched the mass rollout of Ghana's chip embedded passport. The record shows that this initiative or innovative project, which has been appropriately described as ushering in a new era of modernization, convenience, and deep respect for Ghanaian citizens, is the result of years of determined leadership, strategic planning, execution, and sustained institutional effort by the Akufo-Addo government. The event and the commentary that followed have, however, erroneously created the impression that the chip embedded passport program was developed and implemented by the current government. The minority caucus on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament deems it necessary in the public interest and institutional transparency to set out the unimpeachable records relating to this matter as follows. Now, the minority na Accra Ghana for Grace to say Adanwada on Monday, 28th April 2025, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs LNC mass rollout of Ghana's chip embedded passport. Now, the minority caucus no can say, Sadia no a buy or tissue lanche, you know. And the commentaries are surrounding us a bay and prem one on at this idea naba. And you know, they are setting the record straight to say, and you know, correct. It was strategically planned, executed by the then Adam Akufo-Addo led administration. And to the I say, at its 38th section held from 24th September to 4th October 2013, the Assembly of the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, adopted the ICAO Traveler Identification Program. But strategically, no, near minority in the say commentaries are a fire Ghana's chip embedded passport, you know what? And then a bay or this way. En kan ukrenche Ghana for say a bind that another Roma. And yadru baby edri na ene wono ayebo no wosafo hene bo no ho abasoro minority no se yama Ghana fo nyina ente se adabraka ote se ene omo e kasa ansem no a eya bandada no ensese ye papa a odi gu apono so etimi etoto ho niam nyina awieye na walanche ye in 2024 kra no ena enei abenya ba wasanso eye relaunch na wa relaunch ade no enti credit no yemfa ma wamu a credit no esefata se yetimi ede ema omo enti that is it. Honorable Samuel Okudje to Ablakwa wadaroma do the right thing, do the needful na brabonting na be credit the past administration for sa milestone ya emprempre wo my Ghana yetimi achieve me pa chao and rather the former National Signal Bureau's boss yewra Kwabena Adubuahin emprempre kasa he is in the custody of Yoko. Yes, he had to tuna no esanse enei Ghana's Attorney General Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayine atro ensam dia fan ho ama enei watam na kwakopia mu wo court ya charge no enti wo iyokofu akate a wo bo ama yaye ensam no mu ehwehwemu na nrada o issue some document abusua sika ene Attorney General na NDC abede bo ne sobo se wawie di no ene o kire baabi asa sika ni nyina no ekoye and clearly say yet your memu ase ne yese yababa political witch hunting edi yanim kan a abusua wo man Ghana ene yenya ade be koyie wo di ade nanim kan kura do a wo witch hunting papai say wo kura benefit here from sika do wo say papa na awiaye no etino on your screen right now no or say 960,000 of the funds I am accused of stealing were used to pay allowances of MPs on Defense and Interior Committee to facilitate passage of National Signals Bureau Act. Kwabena Dubuahin, a former NSB boss. And to say, Sika and Attorney General, Etin Timsa and yet where we are. Sikano emu 960,000 Ghana cedis. Yadema MPs allowances of MPs yadutria allowances of MPs. Afei wamu Defense and Interior Committee so no yamomo sa sikani bi nso eboaye ema yade ntutuye em yetimi de passe the National Signals Bureau Act when the former NSB boss and Raymond Acha and Attorney General Ekina Bosono. Afetie 49 million Ghana cedi saga. Ex-NSB boss reveals funds went to MPs, opposition, and Mohammed's aid. Abakade Ajeta Abobaba. Or say 49 million Ghana cedis no a Raymond Acha ane Attorney General say or no Edubua hene ne yere awia no saa sika no ane ya de fund MPs ya de fund opposition party na NDC ana ewo opposition as at that time 2024 ya de fund opposition party ane ya sanso de sika no mu bi ama President John Mahama VIII, Joyce Bawa Mutari, Papa na Baba Kasa. Na document o release ya no, yet your memory say ya the 2 million and sana yan kano kura. Abusua ba bia wo man be ko akogina no. Ya nhwe ye pa mutina ba ya den dia mayen pa. Enti we the breakdown of the 49 million Ghana cedi. Nay Attorney General Raymond Acha say ex-NSB boss Kwabena Dubuahene awia no what the move breakdown about say wamu e benefit from sa 49 million Ghana cedis na esu awia no enie the kind some 9.537 million Ghana cedis was paid to ICISC Holdings. Afetie some 6.9 million Ghana cedis was disbursed to national stability and counter-terrorism efforts. Some 960,000 Ghana cedis were disbursed to fund some MPs, specifically on the Defense and Interior Committee. As a whooping 8.3 million Ghana cedis was allocated to an opposition party to support election results collation. Hana assembly kesia party ejina. Enti yama MBC are buying in opposition. 8.3 million Ghana cedis say one more fan support to party no election results collation. One more fan support to 8.3 million Ghana cedis. Mo wie chire na mo kwe papa na abo so e bo no so bo hwe kwan mo fa so amode chire no wo bia chese odwene ho a wonti ase we e political witch hunting pa wori pa no nim se wa wi Ghana sika ko be den o mamu ase yei enko be den wo be du report wa ene attending general na Raymond Acha no o maka a signal say wo be duru ya yankofo no. What is that? And hwekwan kura do attending general e be fair press conference ebu papa ifokra ewo media no mu po no na nie nyan. And as an attorney general, you knew, sir, you had 8.3 million Ghana cedis as support to NDC party, no election results collation. And the DNS, I went to a Yaira, and they, oh, my papa, and Yana Sumdue. And all that, the same 49 million Ghana cedis in the breakdown what the urban year. I say 5.135 million Ghana cedis allegedly paid to the special aid of the president-elect. About your one special aid, you know. And you just buy Mutari. No. And you know, 5.135 million Ghana cedis paid to the special aid of President John Dramani Mahama, president-elect. Baby cried document you know was say one more to SUVs, one more to pickups, and the support to NDC campaign. And a whole national institution etimi afa koti kwan so afande an opposition party a abusia edumo hen kura do no kura da se MP before de sobo bono kwan ofa asunti a o support NDC party in opposition na no mo ba ye no wa mo twe abo so. Yes, enti sa niam wa nyina no ho ana wo mo to mani ayira and yet, young papa and muase, young can was West President Adam Kokufuado Abreso, and a near Yaka say, Wobe Pejaye, Ebe ye can say, NSB boss. Now, if I'm more by that and who said, and an appointees, you know, see, I can say, one more cron for, and a typical example, a Yoruak of Nedubuahin. And so, knowing clearly, sir, NDC in opposition, more benefiting from a year, Papa and San Wumanibi. 5.135 million Ghana cedis paid to special aid of the president-elect. Some 8.3 million cedis paid to an opposition party to support election results collation. And this for yes. I know one more. You see, MPs on Defense and Interior Committee, Yama Musika, Namu Ria will be a cananwatum. Etino wabeka sanra wa issue document yi e de abegu mountain so ene wo bia da pa bededi e wo krom ha sei wo bia da pa bededi wo krom ha sei sa 49 million cedis na mo se wa wia no ne ya wode sa sika ne ye e benefit mu a mo boso bo no etino mo fa hu mu aye papa e beto Ghana fo adwene mu ene ye tiri mu mo fa mra enya sa ye bo papa e kro no a ana ye bunu kronfo ana ye bo ne din so e kronfo a mo am benefit ye nyina no ye betimi akasa mo so mo ya kronfo ni bi eno ano no asempetia eno ano no abusia enrada ene President John Dramani Mahama the 120 day social contract no e ba wiye expire na otintim sa eye apam enkratai se nyame ye na dom no be ma mpani a Bosome nanya yɛde ne tubeka akonwa no so no enema wo do opeso yo enie and clearly ya bobɔ so afri enra no ya boboroboro so ya didi ho nkɔma ya boroboro so enra wono ankasa ba bekasa na enwanwa wa wo sete eye exam question na wa wo ba be mark wo ho aka kire Ghana for say you have performed better. Who are you trying to impress? Me. Ana chema ba. Ana hwana. Ow, who know what set questions ama who wa answer no. What else wa be mark? Grade who say oh, you have done better. Na me twi, me tewa me hwe na me tie nyam say, papa, what's up? E dey no. Anka we no ma Ghana for enkyere o ma dwenfa ho. Ha na ebebu aten ni say why ya ade anase wa anya ade dodo a otimi di so ene dodo a wantimi ani so no Ghana fo na eto aba ma wodi tumi ne ma wo no a wonya akonya kotintim 120 days social contract no ma Ghana fo no entra so akwapa no kwafo de o kan ye no dodo a watimi aye ni enti no wa ba homoden na we de wa mu amount podium ejina so ga ma bosha me di me say na me di so me a promise keeper. Really? Are we serious as a country? Anyway, mame kwa amano so na me ni komotew emra. Yensa kan Dr. Eric Boachi Yadom. Oye fellow ewo APL. Yenkona yenene eni enkomo. Doc anope oti enka mame mo ache apombo ko de.
Nyame adom Osika ye ho ye ewo enkan. Na me gide se Takoradi ene ne mpota mu nyina so bia ho ye.
Yesu adom doc ye ho ye na Takoradi for no so ma feel.
Ye beba fie.
So be fie say ada no oba ye batu a mafie. Very well. Very well. Abusia Africa Policy Lens APL. Aye wo research with regards to President John Dramani Mahama the first 120 days in office. Na ye bedi nkomo ne yahwe. Ne President Mahama beka ye no ene de APL so eka. Doc, Wadaroma, were you impressed? And I said, have you been impressed so far with President John Mahama ne 120 days in office, regarding Bosha was share no ana?
Yo, medase. Osha Bosha Omanpenyi SNA Mako 25 at a week back to mid 26.
Yeah.
A family baby no a boy honor or to me be so. The boy also went to me and so. But as recently, no, and right now you didn't come up with economy, no, a fine inflation, any CD, aging and also.
That's right.
As Ghana Hano, these are the two things I am in the effect coming and some they consider other things because it's about bread and butter.
Yeah.
And he says, see the name Jila Accra, and see the name as a cost so estimated for man. I am not estimate Catanema be so. And not Emma and Crawford into me interrogating. But yet, there, a name of sisters or Bayano, and then I to me found Marco, yeah, they did a goose and yes, so a carry a share. Now, Obama, Konya, and that make him back you no be actually on you to me and any one to me and
very well.
For example, Okaso Obama nominating the ministers and no or the or say or to me a nominatee big one even in that ambassadorial position and some CEO position go on it is still pending yen to me Omanpenyi and Sheda Enya or be and financial honor. We understand, say, in governance, sometimes these things are bound to happen. And one can also do a chira. A big cry, a sign, and a reassignment. A talk in the last 2 months, and we are two different acting director general, and other MDs are on Makoto.
Yeah.
And sometimes, the things are not straightforward. And say back or so about maintaining a lean government sending or count one assembly. Alone budget in the budgetary allocation is more than even in the 2024 not any lean government. So when we say a lean government, is it in terms of number of ministers or the budget? And I know it is not entirely fulfilled. So the lean government should lead to less expenditure, because in the 2025 budget, the provision is more than 825 million, and the 2024 budget any lean budget, or more allocated here. So if we allocate more to a lean government than the so-called bloated government, then who is really efficient? And also it raises questions about the leanest government and the efficiency of the government. Now over the code of conduct now, and then I think 2 days ago the code of conduct was launched. But the question that it raises is, as part of the code of conduct, the president says that ministers are not supposed to accept gifts above I think 20,000 cedis. And my opinion is so be a better car. The code of conduct now, yet, I think it's the president's part to exhibit and show leadership that he is subject to the law. And now the code of conduct is for only people below him. So if you accept a gift, and you tell your ministers not to accept the gift, yes, we understand that he has declared a gift and he has given it back to the state. But it raises so many questions. As to number one, who gave the gift? How long did you keep the gift before returning to the state?
That's right.
The person who gave the gift, what is he going to get in return? And also, why is it that people like to give the president a gift, especially in terms of cars? And some of this, although the code of conduct has been launched, which I applaud, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
But we're expecting, the government or the president should have said, "Oh, we probably have a chairman," and at the end when we, but because of the code of ethics, I have rejected it outright. Then it will send a strong message to appointees that we will not tolerate people who accept gifts.
Yes.
And no, although the code of conduct are launched, but asking whether it will be effectively implemented, and no at the forefront. Okay.
Right.
Half of the code of conduct, hold national economic dialogue, and no, penny about modern at the dialogue, exercise. And non 100% score. And the scrapping of some so-called nuisance taxes. Levy on penny HM.
Yeah. Betting tax.
Betting tax, and also on penny AF and emission tax. But near now, you share any more say about COVID-19. COVID-19 or share home but obey a free honor. And no, about any year free honor. Now, budget the government will intend to collect it up to the end of the year.
Yeah.
And in 120 days, the COVID-19, and to me, and the one to me, and year for it is partially fulfilled. After we do also when to me,
yeah.
Now you share a 24-hour economy, no so. Now we are part of code to myself. 1 year then, one day anymore. Now on share the implementation of the 24-hour economy, which means that at least the committee has been set up and they are going to work. And we think it has been fulfilled. And fact be good to say National Consultative Committee on Education and also Mampeni Bomodin and no academic fee. Yes, the next academic is yet to start.
Yeah.
Until one starting free among by level 100 because of the 2 or more. So that one it makes sense. So not fully fulfilled, but we hope that in the coming days, on my opinion, everybody moderna what they will say government banning of political appointees from buying of assets, state assets now. And no in the code of conduct asset or home to Accra, but we are hoping that it will be fully implemented. Maybe both will be also.
Yeah.
It's answer the report, Yeah. More than question you or Hannah will be Sammy.
Right.
And largely, you're scoring now. You're scoring now. So here total promises of the 120 contract, 25 promises. 11 of them has been fulfilled. So all can't fully fulfill that. About Marco do back on there. About modern idea a year Juma. Which constitute 44%.
44%.
Now, 44%.
Okay.
Now, partially fulfilled, and also a year 2, and also that is constitute about 8%. And now, proportion not fulfilled, and we are Marco 12. And no, 48%.
I see.
And now, can't eboma. Overall, no, Abano ebo modern a year near 1 year is about 48%. Near 1 year is 44%. Near then in Saka, but it's not fully done. A year 8%.
I see.
And the Ubisa, you're doing our 120-day contract now. Nakaka, you were a phone.
And you know, in a nutshell, no doctor say your classroom nanka. Where you saw President Mahama Accra ye gradinwa based on a year percentage on a year the ultimate for failure near Oguso and the went anka ye be grading say in a nutshell in totality ye be grading say
near or to me fulfillment or year fulfillment and also to me edit Jumano because it's 44% school man and cannot a D. Instead of any match,
okay.
Now, say the partially fulfilled account home, they are no better about grade C.
I see.
Better grade C.
Okay, very well. But Enra, Utie President John Dramani Mahama Dinya. It seems that one kasa born one basso said, Boss, I would do our share. The Watimia did do one so, and you know, or a promise keeper. Dog, Utis answer free. Nipa do a one team ne policy document now okay say in my first 120 days the mayor near and at the end bury do a wetimi aye enie na or born hosafo hene e born ho abaswa wada roma a penti picture bend kire wo maka Ghana for no ye tua to de ma no
sabi enchene enkamfo no ho until Osa account for one extra. You will give concern to people to check their lives. And in Kawaya Dianka, Guardian Company, why they took that? Nesama Timamufono to decide what I said. Obo Abaso and answer Omo Abaso. And so we didn't kind of Ebon Abaso, a contribution. Nakakra. And it's an early day yet. Also, sometimes politicians and also leaders of the country of the pro who essay a bar a day about a very albatross on their neck. You are not at gunpoint to say over 120 days, 2 or 4 years. Every year, you have the opportunity to address the country.
Yeah.
Then you also say then you make analysts grade you 44%. And I say, when this why I did this one, it raises a lot of concern. And the American say, "Oh, my penny on to the boss." And I, who say, "Me send me can no more program ways to most of the economic development that Yenya say no. And I near ma a buy a last year." And so, Ghana for after COVID, the sacrifice Ghanaian made going through this DEP. A man, that our debt payments, so interest payments, a review, a day breathing space, and now home kakra man government budget and net aban ebet to it is an investment that Ghanaians have sacrificed in the previous years that we are seeing it today. And the one sort of was now one more than so also bet to me as a terror near or the near in the next 3.5 years Ghanaians will be able to benefit from it. Other than that, if we say that if overborn one also say, oh, why you went to Yampanoa, that's a man obishan about a bomb, that's Mkoya, at the or yaw everybody to me abba to number 4 as well.
I see. Doc, my info will see I say because some other engagement there, you know, no more. You better say, pa, but you queer anymore. You better be na fe, ye be mu, na fe, promise by promise. APL, I drink modify home a buy it, you know, and none of the info will see I say. I mean, I do my few channel, you better that you be a year and 70 mu. Yeah, that's no pain or danger.
Dr.
Eric Boachi Yadom a fellow Africa Policy Lens APL and a D a year and Comono. Breno is exactly 23 minutes gone past 7. Western Diamond Television, Won't to me radio, Western in the morning, Jumadi, so any Ghana for Biakasa, but send me D can who said Doc on so a boss who said, and can say President Mahama and Ra. Wakandie wotimi ye ne ogusu awoye ene dudu awantimi anye mane nkobon ho abaso se oye promise keeper oye way na nka se wakakire na chitafo ne se obi anye di mo obi angredi be yenyan magana fo no after say mabeka dudu ametimi ye no yenyan magana fo no mankasa enkire o madwen fa memode ne bo ho enso no that wasn't the case. Bon ho abaso sa me ba cho fa ye ne 120 days social contract no fagusu maye ne wode ato so no eye dodo a President John Dramani Mahama ne NDC aban say wa mo atimi aye enti no 1 to 7 they can eye nominate within the first 14 days the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval. What to be na constitute a linear and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic in my first 90 days in office. What to be what take it as a wire and I dear to Sunina, and MCR, you dear a free additional free for the next ones Ninano, and so Gusuni continue when near President Mahama and Rada was what to me aye, F. Bosha, one essay, and so establish a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials. Problem and challenge in the same. Obe launch program no, obe establish program no, but the implementation of the program our launch no, and no, and na o implemented the year na so ban fa so year. Ghana for gina so e de abo abaso. Enti de America nyina ne say en rather me yam wanka wanka de waye ne ogusu a woye ene de aka tire a wantimi anye no onya de aka na Ghana fo asa because o launch program wo launch program o outdoor program ni wi a wonya hwi o the implementation of the program na kasa ene ye ade a sombo o ti ase etro when we launch code of conduct o de about hey eno no nkire hwi etwa mo hwiri boso kosro na we promise keeper no we hwan nyina no hey Jack munya abotre ya nya nkwada okromu asei munya de moto na mo kire no munya kra munya etino de wa taking red nyina no o say Psalm 25 social you can say promises no de wa timi aye no etino yen grade no fair na ne yanku animu yate wo wie ya no ene na nmekuo bia wodo bi nso edomani atofam pa am make assessment of bosha wo share say wo bedi so in 120 days no de watimi aye ne wontimi nya ye ene de onam kwanso a wo ye and of course yene APL fo akasa won say wo mo grade ni pa de aye keka ni nyina bomu a de wotimi ye no wo mo ema no 48% one man 44%, the went to me no 48%, near nam kwanso no I think 8% to say ya keka nyina bomu na ye hunu baby e continue in grading him no say yen so na wo twere de mark no anka wo ma grading D aha entino eno no me pa chaw another ye CSO enso e de wo adwenkyere e bae na wo mo de bae no ene Institute of Economics Research and Public Policy IERPP Dr. Frank Bano executive director edema IERPP or say promise number 12 free sanitary pads for school girls ongoing 60%. Or we are say free sanitary pads for school girls is a step in the right direction, but it is only a temporary fix. True progress means addressing the root causes of inequality in education, not just handing out supplies. Dr. Frank Bano, me pa Frank Bano die ni nyina wie ma me mesrew. Aha. Fa Frank Bano die ni nyina wie ma na fe yenko omo maka no so eso. Etino on a free sanitary pads no. Area IERPP say wamo A grade President John Mahama 60% on free sanitary pads no eso. Yanko the next one. Still with here Dr. Frank Bano. Yanko the next one na yentime entwaso. Ma honya ha mame. Okay. Etino National Education Conference. And yeah, or the assessor so IERPA grade no 20%. And only a promise number 9 or say a national education conference without real action is just another wasted opportunity. Stop the endless talks and start delivering results for our children's future. Oh, do national education dialogue area. What is next? Onya here because near a free dialogue no should be implemented. And free time we do say dey we and what won komo bia mu ana won komo bia mai entinane and IERP before say national education conference no even though we there but we be grading to 20%. We say a national education conference without real action is just another wasted opportunity. Enti wa odu ade na wie agwentira amanfo ade ba ye no yente won komo biam ye yenim de aban no na fa ministry ye de afa ho biam. Enti no why then do you come and then show say why ya de we can say ube hold a national education dialogue yate wa hold but ensunsuanso afiri mu ba no edien na aban no ede ye. That is the major question I bisa and anope. Yanko the next one. Mahonya hani yanko the next one. Okay. Promise number 11. And here Mahama Cares Fund and free education for persons living with disabilities. Partially implemented. One man is 75%. That's you say. The Mahama Cares Fund and free education for PWDs are mere slogans if they don't lead to real change. Show us the action, not just the rhetorics. And the one candidate, Dr. Frank Bano Kano, menene ya agree 100%. It shouldn't be a mere sloganeering. It shouldn't be a mere sloganeering. Nemono show actions. My own say, waka, we implement it, and ye emphasize amount for do affect you enye. That is it. Anthony Aka say, Uncle Becca we no, man ho abaso. Man titan for the man ho abaso. Wanya Ghana for no a. Ye tiechira ye hwe no. Enkyere ya adwen fa oni enkyere se ebia aha no wo ne se no eye aha no so ko ne se no eye ba wa wie ebaba ho abaso a edensem bebre no anenam yanko the next page. Right. Promise number 15. Women's Development Bank. Funds allocated 5%. Tiabia say a women's development bank is pointless without real access to resources and opportunities. Stop creating institutions on paper. Start building pathways for women to succeed. adana ibu etia eka se yebebie eye banka e wo mamu ha sika Bank of Ghana fo agya tum se esese bank no etimi enya as wetimi operate no 400 million Ghana cedis meboa savings and loans ana wamo de 50 million enti no as a government wo se emma hu hia wo na ane wo se wo te a development bank abeso emma adwadufu asene seed money a wo de sha ase no 50 million na mpacho o mebisa se data ben wo mugina so a wo mu ne hu se 50 million cedis no abeso emma adwadufu abeba so mba bebo besia koya adwuma nyina data no we fa 50 million cedis ya de te bank wo Ghana ha really now what nyame no matam 300 million cedis e de akoto sanitary pads so be che de ama ma wo schools. Is that your priority as a president and a party? I am sorry, Your Excellency. And to Dr. Frank Bano say, oh, Master Jai, where the party a mere sloganeering. Stop creating institutions on paper. Make sure, sir, you start building pathways for women to succeed. That is it. You go to the next one. Let's move on to the next one. Free first year tertiary education implemented 100%. I know the man 100 or say free first year tertiary education sounds good, but it is a hollow promise if the system is broken. Fix the quality of education, not just the cost. Abakade sa asebuwe wa mo ka bi kire adodan kwakufuado ni free SHS meboa wa man ka bi a kire no aha etimo so no mon fix problem no de e break no mon fix na mo nya ya sa cost no ye fasa aka we o fasa aka ni nyina wie na system no e breaking na adwuma ba nyina no e zero cost 90 work no waye no etia no yankwa o ma no so na ye ni nkomotew emra yesaka honorable Samuel Nana Edu Ej or your former Western Regional Communications Director, New Patriotic Party. Nana Aropeuti and Kamachi.
Yeneo.
Nana no pay a pombo cordia.
Yamena Domme, Nampacho, so what is saying?
Yes, we are Domian Suya Huya pa Western North so at to say and Nanopay.
Nyame no mompaibo hanom boko nyame ene edini ye wamaya hoden wamaya mpa wamaya sori anopei nkwala nko na na esu mpanyimfo anye so ntina kire se asundwe ene ahoden e wa ha ya ho ye pa
very well na de edika ya hwe NPP ne strength emprempren e wo Western North at say
munia meda wase na sabi yesisa wokokuru bi so na ye twe ohene amo so a wumisa se kuru no emutisen wo hwe before 2024 na yekuta parliamentary seats miensa ye to aba wie 2024 no na parliamentary seats miensa ni nyina eye akontomra baabi ani na yoso ni nyina free ensa ye lusu ema sisi wo ba Western North we have only one parliamentary seat which is Swaman Dadieso.
The whole Western North.
The whole Western North. Out of the 9 constituencies, we have only one.
Hey.
Swaman Dadieso. MP no Frederick Adi.
Yeah.
The one our friend is Freddy's.
I see. And after sa elections, na tsunami esi wo hono. Party ni base at the same prempre himself Dr. Alagba Mudbami and MPP. Thank you to Abba. Wam de Abba ho. Wam ba ko ye no sen and yamati ho.
Oh, mini ameda wase. Ayawdie wo ho. Ebufu wo ho. Amanfo emunumuna yetirim ene yesre yanim. Na ehia mase after this thank you to yechino yetimi party executives na wahana nkasa edi nidie ni obuo edi ma party mpanyimfo bi na yeni nkasa within the region no constituency by constituency yetimi ko na yeni party ma ekokotena se na yɛyɛ yɛ ho aduro na yɛsrɛ na yɛde mfomsoɔ abufuo ayawdie bia aba no yɛde kyɛ na yɛtimi san ɛsɔre ɛkɔ yɛnim bio because yɛsɛ sɛ be kafra wo noma ehwie gu a ɛna ohuni ne hyehyɛ enti party ne deɛ na hoɔden sisia ɛwɔ Western North region no ɛnhyɛ da nyina yie saa na menim sɛ nyame kye ase sɛ yɛhunu yɛn mfomsoɔ na yɛgye tum na yɛbrɛ yɛn ho ase na yɛpepa ɛkyɛwa a party mana yɛbufu yɛ adeɛ sɛ sɛ yɛyɛ yɛanyɛ nti ɛma sɛ ɔhaw yi nyinaa aba no wɔn bɛsen aba ne aba bɛyɛ because mpanyini ka asɛm bi sɛ wo ba egya nana egu srɛ so a yɛntwa ntwene na mmom yɛ popa.
Very well. Director adɔpɛ frɛ wa President John Dramani Mahama wɔpere tumi no wɔtintim ɛyɛ apam nkrataa bi de bɛtu Ghana fo anim sɛ nyame yɛ na adom ne yɛde tumi ne ma no a the first 120 days in office no nneɛma ahodoɔ wei na wɔde ɛbɛyɔ and of course enra 120 days no I spy enra ama wɔne Ghana fo adi ɛyɛ nkɔmɔ so far 120 days President Mahama ɛbɛtena akonnwa ne so no Nana, in your own point of view amamu ne to say
minia medawase na Ghana yenim se be kafra your political party say ekobe aduonu 25
yeah
but wo hwe de wa hoden pa dia from 1992 NPP and NBC enti se yewura John Dramani Mahama enne na memo anasa ne party aba aban mu a enne one na ti aban nwa so a anka enha adwene because amemu no enye ba akofo de obi ko na obi aba na enye se meye NPP ni nti na me kasa asemi no kora de ye ba akopɛ enne ye nuanom NDC fo na nkasa krempa wo maban wo party wo aban mu no sabe wo mo a ye hwa ade kwa akire na ye ka no kora no de wo mo kan se no kora ni nyame anim ni enye sei ene yesusu no enye sei ene ye ka no amamu no anka obi be ka say just 120 days in government inti adenti na nka na yesusu anase ye pese ye reti no na ye mane max na me ade na ya na mpanyin ka asem bi sebe abrewa obeje asotro a na efiri nanum asem 120 days ya na ye ka ho asemi no ya memu a yewura John Dramani Mahama eda no se ye benya ho asem aka na efiri ono ankasa ne nsem a wo kan ye se so ba ban mu a ne 90 days de obeye ni ne 120 days de obeye ni
right
na de me hunu ne se ne 120 days in office no ayet se sabeka etese de kuyani wado ebro anase wado efuo edi ato ho bi a nhama beye efuo nhama beye emiensa ennan enum na also wope ebro beye bag beye aduasa anase aduanan ene ho afuo no wado ato ho no afuo ne de wado ato ho ebro na wunuai ebro na wudua ene nso na emfifiri enna ne mfifiri mu nso no wutimi hu se esese ebro ebebo akese a ya no wahwe ne mfifiri mu wahwe ne nan na esisi fom no mu ene ne kira wo se ebro no se nyini na pensam na ebefa ma ebebo akese sana yewura John Dramani Mahama na memwe ne na aban yi no aye pepepe na eye me ya na eye Ghana fo nso ya because yewura John Dramani Mahama de ekosu no ama na aye te se school ni a ote classroom na teacher ama omo class work na ya class work na wie ne de akoma teacher ama na make class work ne ye 5 ebinum anya baye bia ebinum atwa 5 ni nyina wo mantimi antwa 5 ni nyina no teacher ba be gina classroom ho board anim am ye discuss aye correction e de agu board so say mon copy monye correction na monfa mara na memake correction no nso na ya awie nya wa adwene na wo de ye no ya awie akopi na fa bra na memake no eno no nso ne sukuu ni ye ya wati ebi ni Yewura John Dramani Mahama aban yi eni san enyanya bia ye wo democratic country the rule of law is the order of the day ye de mra na ye adwuma nti me sra na mabisa say o se ne 120 days no wa ya ade nti ye mo na baso no ankasa ama no 100% enyanya bia national security for ye de wo mo call Yewura former governor of the Bank of Ghana
Yewura Addison Nifie ekwo say no ma wo no eno no e kai democracy na ho
Yewura Japa soja ni dada ni sunu ne ban ene ne sabe boni binti no ye yi na die efiri soja mu Yewura Mahama se oni obaye no ne doba no ope no nti ono ne director of operations at the presidency within national security for him Yewura kanofori atani fi wo ko ye ko sai no ma wo hono no eno no so ne kai democracy na ho yemfa no ntonchen yenim se amamu ntoaso enti sa aban bi wo aban mu party bi wo aban mu na se aban foforo ba eno ma na wo beye ye no wo toaso eye den ne Ghana mrantia ne mabuna ne yenye adwuma ye ebi anya adwuma na ye beye abosome nsia beye abosome nwotwe beye afe ne fa mfie mienu ye ba ye say NPP for ne fa wo mu nti Yewura John Dramani Mahama wama order say sa Ghana fo ni nyina ye mpam wo mu yenyi wo ma di mfiri adwuma wa bere a wo kro yi anso na wo ka kire Ghana fo say wo the 24-hour economy ebeba na wo de ba nipa miensa bia no adwuma baako wom beye nti say yesuku mu a teacher ni ebi be kira de anopa free nonson ekopem no mienu free no mienu ekopem anajo no otwe na no nkron free no nkron e de ba homate no miensa nti sanka ya fa teacher fo ya fa nurses ya fa wo mo ewe adwuma police fo ya fa immigration ya fa Ghana National Fire Service fo aban adwuma mu ya fa nkrofo a nanka wo baaye se Ghana maburu be ye adwuma ye nti wo mo enya bi nyeye no wo be fa bi de ka ho ye den ene wayi wo madie na eno no saa no na me bisa se ne 24-hour economy no ojane hefa na fe wo wie ya awere hosam ebufusam ene nada ne ntorosam a Yewura John Dramani Mahama asan dia kire Ghana fo ene say the first budget or the assembly say there will be no recruitment into the civil services this year or the tabon e de ato aban adwuma se e be fani pa kwa aban adwuma mu no or the tabon ato so anyanya bia no so ne achievement ni bia adenti na wanka menua bere na Yewura John Dramani Mahama owo opposition no ye campaign aba power or say Esasan kanana adodanko Akufo-Addo declare state of emergency wo galamsey trouble areas wo Ghana memu hanum say number 2 ehun hia say senseless say we dey sojafo betata galamsey fo number 3 so oba sa airline na airline 2642 no oba repeal tire so obeyi afi ye mra nkata emu kra enye adwuma because no enema minus kwan mo mko aban forest mu ekokutu gold oba ye no abosumi num ne ye we 120 days ni sa airline no on repeal ye adentira eno so kan na yi ni ho ana me sra no bisa bio say Yewura John Dramani Mahama sana me ka say oye school ni a wa ye work na watini aye correction e de akwa ne we wasen aye correction na ti no ebi ni say ye wo mamu ha esojafo adwuma eye military no eye adwuma sabe kafra yɛmfa politics enwurawura mu even though wɔn to aba but yɛmfa yɛ amanyɔsam enkowurawura mu bɔne bɛn na sojafoɔ 15 generals wɔma yɛ a nenti yɛwura John Dramani Mahama ebi si da from Rawlings mpa no wɔyɛ sojani ne penso a ɔsan ba bedi president in a civilian rule ebeka yɛwura Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo so ebi si da sɛ sojafoɔ wɔn nhyehyɛe mu ɛne wɔn adwuma yɛ mu no wɔn mpanyinfo akandifoɔ maako dunum ɛnam sɛ yakɔfa yakwala aketewa aba bedi wɔn anim na ɛno no nso ne tia wɔn adwuma ne mmerɛnti no ɛsɛ sɛ yɛyi wɔn adie no ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn kɔkɔ tena fie no yɛwura John Dramani Mahama wayɛ yɛbisa bio sɛ ɔbaa yi no na nka ne yɛgyina so ɛyɛ dɛn na from 7 January ɛbɛka nnɛ obiara esu sɛ dum so asan aba enti na achievement no ebi no me say na mamuo no ayɛ te sɛ deɛ wo sɛ wo bɛdɔ aburofuo na wadɔ afuo ne kakraka yantam na wanua buro na buro na wudi ayɛ no nso no enye sifiri na nso abapa saa na yewura John Dramani Mahama ne 120 days no ayɛ enne ɔsɛ ne promise ne baako ne sɛ ɔbɛma free sanitary pad na anyanya bia sɛ wɔma free sanitary pad ne bosome wei sɛ ya abosome yɛwɔ abosome maako dumienu ɛwɔ afidie mu sa akwala no ɛwɔ 16 years or 17 years na so ahya ase a wo bu ne nsa bosome bia nti de ɔde amai no anyanya bia what is the guarantee? Is it going to be sustainable? Yehunu say president mu a okuta sanitary pad no ohuru te say akwala bia ya tobo e de ama no na obia ofa suku ho nsem nyina fa ho ka nyina no yes wanya de sanitary pad 12 cedis ni 15 cedis wo se e man kwahye adwaye ento nwom mfrew anyanya bia oka se obema yenuanom a ekọ university first year for no o se free academic visa fees no me pamoche wo eyesan me sretiefo no mabisa se visa fees na eyesan na the total fees esese akwala okọ abranchi ababa okọ university owura mu first year no esese otua no obi a wowo okọ university tech ana legon akwa medicine ana law ni fees esese otua ni no ma nyina ye kambo mo fees esese otua no it's not less than 5,000. Nti sa academic visa fees se me mfa ne se be dia be 400 ana 450 ana me mfa ne 500 impo ana wo de 1000 na se wutua de ma no 1000 na sa 4,000 plus na aka no who pays it na so wie na wutua ma no first year na the second year na okọ na nim no nso no who pays it so no enti yewura John Dramani Mahama ono a ne nkrofo aka se eye nada eye ntro eye nkontompo ena ode eba bedi aban yi so oman yi so obawie ye no wa ma yahunu se nye sa na tie wa ye adangoda adadwe
yo nana ejino se o grade ye president John Dramani Mahama utie nransem a wakan ye no a we grade ni say
minia
nana
ayere ho na yes also obey taxes free ho taxes mbey numo sesan no we yi amanaka bi and wa fa kwati kwan so and electricity watum by 14.7%. Water bills what ensure watum by 4.2%. It is also where you betting tax 10% free ho where you levy 1% free ho. Now we fetch eba beto electricity mu 14.7, insure mu 4.2, na se aban adwuma ye fo aketua aban a wo ba be yi ne firi amamuo mu no na aban adwuma ye fo aketua no na ye 25%. Wo ba ya wo se wo betia wa ma wo 10%. Na wo afiri akire akọ to electricity mu 14.7 na watu nsuo mu 4.2. Na sa wa ban yi na yesi min rate wa menua let me be magnanimous to Yura Omanpanyi John Dramani Mahama. Me money 30%.
30%.
Ane me money 30%.
Ohamwa bu pe aduasa.
Ohamwa bu pe aduasa. Because what can say meye we na wo de ye namum ya wa ye no ye nya so mfaso nya hontu mpuntu ye nhunu mfaso a ebefiri mu aba eno ya we ye no ene de ehi so what can say meto entoma e de amameyere na so wo to ntoma no na ntoma no teleni we nye teleni papa mfa amana mpam ama oba na mfira me ya misasa na hwayere na ekoyi a na ntoma na wotoye no woto ne san to se eka rhetorics eka fa yen ka fa meye we nko ade a ene esa be ka fra yewura osika anka obetimi ya di president amana yi o
ane
bwa
ne esenkeja
anka obetimi ya di president amana yi
na watwe be wura mi meye we na watwe from meye we ade a chia meye we
bible kra me yeti ase se onyankopon nani nye bwahye hunu ho
yeah
onyankopon nani nye bwahye hunu ho enti sa wo hya bono na wo hya sa wa hya akeke na bwahye no wanni so amma de sese efiri mu bana nipanya ho mfaso no yenya ye bwahye hunu enti ne no ma so wa ye no ma maako aduonu enum a wo so wa ye emu dumienu osa ordinance aka wa kenti wa yenti waka anase wa kenti wa ye emu nwotwe ogusu awo ye emu mienu de onye ekora no menua mesi ni nyina mu no mema ni 30% because the same wo kan ye se obeba na dum so asan aba anka Ghana fo nto aba ma no the same wo ka kire Ghana fo bre na wo ye campaign say Ghana ye koko esesanka NPP eto no be 6,005 and now 7,000 Ghana cedis being 70% of free on board price I say dem ekuafo and nti NPP aban ya kronfo na esase ye ban ye ba beje ekuafo ba beje wo mo balance of about 2,900 at the free NPP aban ho na se wa ba aban mu na otimi be ka kire Ghana ekuafo say wo buy koko no wontimi ntum na eka wo koko board ntira na sabi kafra wadi Ghana fo ekuafo atem wada wo mo wama omo ni da so no ayehwebu ada senne enne wo ka kire ye nsa wo bana Ghana mabunu unemployment was on the rise enti wo bana Ghana mabunu anya adwuma ye na wo first budget wo the ban eto employment so a wada Ghana mabunu
okay
enti yestre no owo mfie nine na media I don't want to be a prophet of doom yewura John Dramani Mahama ka de obeka hwe mede masem ba wi ye menua 2013 assemble akwa wo kai ni say only the 4 years from 2013 to 2016 only wi no na we see 200 community day schools. Radio 101.3 from 2013 to 2016 we ye no na de wetini asie 29 no emu 22 was sponsored by donor countries World Bank. Government of Ghana dia otibi ye no 7 enti say yewura John Dramani Mahama ene oba no be ka kire en say obema nyuma aba obema ye light agina so obema yesikasam atoto yie na wa ma asundua aba o man yi mu a enyenye bia we yegini dia yie dabi
okay
enti ne rating na in percentage terms no ne 120 days no na Osika any etiefo a etie ewo Western Diamond so me say 30% na nokura mpo no sabe kafra meka se me hu ni mobo 30%.
All right.
Enti yesre no omo ne ho so na onyai se wode national security for tata Ghana for no.
All right. Nana ma ya na sepa enanope ne ebrane adaji a wanya de amaya ya ku ya nimu no nso no ade enkomo bi atofo mu a na ebehia wo mu a ebeba na so na ye no ato ankomo ne so adope ye da ase
nana nyame nhira mo
yo
beda mo ase bebre
very well. You know, Honorable Samuel Nana Edward J, a former Western Regional Communications Director, and I in a dinkomo. Ojo Breno Akasimano, Enumna, no Chiabo, Abanane, a year or Chemaba Betanasina, Quanka Tambo, Swomo Ediaba, and Chebiano, Yene Honorable Lawyer Isaac Yabua Manyako, Member of Parliament for a Fia constituency, Ebesin Kunya, not yet to me a year and como. About your information, Ebani said. Adano ada ene ye kire eye enkrofobia womo akosua cocaine adema na womo edene na meye Kotoka International Airport Swiss Port Terminal ye kire womo no ene kakra womo gina emra no adopeya de everywhere ba de se sa drug cartel members are accused of exporting some 73 slabs of cocaine through Kotoka Airport, Swiss Port Terminal. No, they have been released on bail. I'm saying, why a mass order no? Stating in the government of such issue, cocaine issue, drug issue, 73 slabs of cocaine. Now, ya chiri mo agumuna to manu and then say I say. And ye melimu. Oh, sir. Now, question I hear Bisane said, did the court consideration overlook the severity of the offense or order from the above? Because such cases, you know, young granty bail is out. Me say, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga you're better than the worst attorney general in the Fourth Republic of Ghana. And now I say, who does that? Anyway, my me fair no issue. Na no pay kwabnedu bua he na samba ku bia wo kan ye. Atoma koma so pa. O say opposition party me more 8.4 million Ghana cedis. Opposition party bay NDC. No wonder say prior to the elections, you know, one more much opposition or man dem one come okay ka cho ahontina no brand new pickups sir. Ya to the man constituency communication officers ne regional communication officers, you know. Hey, namza Krusi sir. No wonder election day sika one more much opposition e chede to voters be agree on memo I say na bra dwene ntiase so reporter by baby constituency bi o ho and you can say MPP candidate no ho and o mamlo 50 cedis oba kwana MBC atire nipa bi agudam ayi sika bag maboto amade abam so mokwa mommo bia 500 wo mo chantuma ya tini nyina party in opposition. Now, Mr. Kwabna do ahenu na SMP before no etwe so branch no that way so. How can you give a party in opposition 8.3 million Ghana cedis to support election results coalition? How party na wa ban mu kura no skadu do say na de ma wo mo. Why no? Who does that? No Kenya me matam 5.1 million Ghana cedis e dey ama Joyce Bo Amutari. Hey, MPP for mon film and you mama ni na ho. Na munyai sabia buru e to dansem hunu amudi mun saka tumi munyai sem hunu no. Munyai sem hunu na e to da amudi no. Party in opposition. Hey, sir. A brand new pictures in na a free me boy. Also, we are one more trouble. Also, Sefata, one find you. Bepacho, Ghana for Akasa, 120 days, drama hammer. Pacho, rolling off a Yariana, young coach, and Mabani Abanasoda.
Or so class no Jason Ghana and I want to go for bread. You pay you more money, Nasa, Anna, but you will dinner my essay, no, Sano Manoma and pet. And you know, I got him saying a cost of money, or some classes animal, or someone who said I'm better. I'm control man, so I drunk for the moment, no Tramon, Yadi, cocaine, Yadina, bomb, and more money, I'm cross about down for Busu or mining chain, and you papa phone. It's out 24 hours economy now, so or so now, yeah, because you. I'm a month now, Casaba Betras. You know, Sikano, or Casasi, and you are already taken to soccer bet. Soccer bet, and none of the issue. Yeah, in Chabet, Uti, bet no beyond the Chabet, a Jimmy phone to me, Chabet, yeah, Chabet. So what as a moment could score on Jimmy, and I'm it is over now to be no mamma, Shena no man, horses near so what I say, it's over no abano, or by no say be like, or by yesterday, you to so we do Yame, and I do so, lights do so, ye panacho, we do Yamano dear, Mr. Moncan Mama, Mr. Moa, do so dear, you see if you are no. Because I said, I'm on a motorcycle, I'm almost sorry, I'm just scanners and I light move free. It is what bad they are, that's also in the light no solve a problem no, a Quandia so say, I'm on your class solve, man, because I know where this car, I know where this can out you, and no someone I bomb.
120 days for the being perform my men for papa. What you made this woman tell my company or mama. Me were even my men papa, dear Jumamu. I say, you'll be now done me, come to feel and come in a corner nebo. And Tibet now to me, I can't watch the mobile. Because the minute man, America, some cock about gambling on Quasole, Mamma on Quasole. Ministers in on Quasole. Into
who saying you were in support of the betting tax one?
Yakasana, you to me, now you to say, and no about credit, you know, for Tabet.
It's not or so bad percentage saying.
Oh, what it is?
Like betting tax, no.
50% of Quantos and I be Takora, no being and I won't stop. Oh, Ghana, you're a hypocrite. Who collaborate now with the bet now, Yante? I'm who comes up about 2 quarter. I brought it anywhere. I will, but Crow, me a hypocrite. I know maybe I am yet to one man by now. Ghana, I had to talk on a less and young yet to cry. Opa the Martinian Quack, I'm not it more. Yet Yaka was saying, Hapa, will be a corrupt to crow him. It's a dear ball man, young as supply ball man, what the bar may pay. Dear more man, meeting. Where I bomb you to know from I say youth. And then Opomo, a dream level battery. Quadanqua, Colabadi, Alon Tebaho. Come school for some more. Oh, my man, Papa, Muscas on Fanfrucao. Babet in it only cabet. It's no one anti and Ojana, no patch or say, or being fun coffee free. Sabi nipa na opa na chakwatra na kam nunim nipa na tapo e eti Osikani na no obi be ma ne ba sika se fa ko school na odi ase ne boto wodi betwa bet free education nye ebi mu wo ho a omo betini atua what ase wo si free education no ebi mu wo ho
enti make sanitary pad
to make wasem wo si free education obi wo ho betini atua ma ne ba enti o so omutia na pad obi ntimi nto ma ne ba pad ne boy say 18 cedis me wo ma masters me first one 25 years every month be am to obi ade Until Obi Abasham Bas Square, common parliament. Now they are partner out on man who top partner more. And man so I can wear free education. I come man but pardon, man one out of my home.
I say man one.
I don't know why my member so. I don't know why my member who. Mummy can come my own part 18 cities. You are Mamma 6. Mamma 6. Mamma,
120 days social contract. No,
medium in Dokuno, Gusujina 5 city. Dokuno, Egusujina 5 city. Lag Bella Conanim, and now we are ball like it will be a bar. Omobaso Mobefa, Omoji 10 cities and 15 cities. Yamfa Bola 5 cities. Yamfa Bola 5 cities. That's what Salman in our Kaye. Cement. I say, take Ghana, Nante Ghana, Nina so Kaye, and that's meant 1.3. We committees, you are to know, and ministers, no committee, no city, allowance. Committee be our to some city allowance. It's ministers, no. Abro also by 24-hour economy, by 3 shifts, some year driver near me, pon, me coba, me family, no, so to us. so what as here oba esi ya fan crofo adwuma mu ti san crofo no obeyi wo free adwuma mu no 24 hour economy no om do nya Ghana fo adwuma ben ana obebi afa san crofo ben na free odo be sa 24 hour economy no kan okura ma ye ho okuro we mu
Mate wase oba ye ka 120 day
what as here etimi de mi hu hwe om do nya Ghana fo adwuma ben ana obebi afa san crofo ben na free odo be sa 24 hour economy
okay we street sense what tackle issue no say na so what tackle no street sense if you answer me e koso no waka no wa kire na adwen wa mo anu mo nam na me nka se me ntimi ntua me ba school fees no nkro ne ba nyina enne wo bi de sanitary pad abrel ba 17 Ghana cedis o hwiri boso sabia buru wa adwen wo fom yes o hwiri boso wa ya ade the other free education ba ye do na wo bo ne so bo no wono no sa nipa na ono o ye de Enyawa no wonder say international IQ ho ahwan ne Ghana ba bia ne nam say ya green wo fom kra ya nwene na ya green pa wo de oba enwumasua na oba daache e be gura topre me be ka ofia say wam to abama John Mahama education in this country no e be fall flat. And say papa by that and ye nyina no we mo ba be say no because enwom no mo sha ase say we mo no enwom no mo implement ye and then answer say nra education minister what is some an work che newly posted teachers for no a wo mo nya clearance no o say by that and mo letters nipa be 39,000 na sika bia ni ho no metimi afa 9,000 but anopai ma yan na the former director general Ghana Education Service ase Dr. Eric Cancer was setting the record straight with documenta ya de to so abehunu se de Aruna Idris ko ye no se bia buru se bia kudonto it was dishonorable who didn't throw it din kontompo e bia kohwi e bo abanda da ne so bo me wa na ntisa me ba to fa ne video no to mame ma wonya fa ne video no to mam sisi ana fe ya ne eyo che mababo entimi enhye kwankrata moboso no ase medical catcher say the honorable member of parliament for Efia constituency honorable lawyer Isaac Yabu Amanya.
When you come and create this thing, I have to respond to it. Appointment letters were issued to persons numbering up to 39,000 when there was no financial clearance to do that to begin with. So that's problematic. So of the 39,000, probably government may be able to absorb 9, 11, 12,000, but certainly not 39,000. So whoever misled you, deceived you, is not John Mahama or Haruna Idris administration, not at all. Somebody probably, I won't use the word con, that's too strong, but deceptively got a number of you unknowingly, without knowing, to yield to some recruitment of a sort, which recruitment was not approved legitimately. So we are auditing to know that yes, you have the right qualification, you are entitled to the appointment, and 3, you are at post. Then out of you, we will pick that which we can absorb within budget. If that exercise is not complete, I have no story to tell you. You have to be patient until we finish the validation exercise. Year and a half, I wasn't here. Okay, DJ will pour out some of the statistics. I was telling them about the 39,000. You remember? Yes. Speak to it. So DJ.
Yeah. The education minister, I don't know. Now, more copycat here, we serious. Na mo jira okitan konti ma na ehwa plakasi na motrama minister aba be kasa ansem we ache na mo sere oh munye serious mo mefa me nimachi mehu na action no Dr. Erenkin Cancer, a former director general Ghana Education Service, so say my attention has been drawn to a video circulating on social media. Anyway, the Minister for Education, Honorable Haruna Idris, alleges that 39,000 appointment letters were issued in 2024 without financial clearance from the Ministry of Finance. I wish to state respectively that this claim is factually inaccurate. The Bachofa Weno Egusumame document, Fagusumame. I say, here are the facts. On 10th May 2024, the Ministry of Finance granted the Ghana Education Service financial clearance to recruit 16,500 graduate teachers from the colleges of education. Subsequently, on 26 July 2024, an additional clearance of 2,000 was approved to recruit more graduate teachers. Copies of the clearances are attached for reference. Okay, copies in the idea to. This brought the total financial clearance for graduate teachers recruits to 18,500. However, on 10th October 2024, the Ministry of Finance approved an amendment to part of this clearance, allowing GES to use 2,000 slots to recruit diploma teachers instead. This resulted in the following distribution. Utilization of graduate teacher clearance 16,500. 12,784 recruited from colleges of education. 2,629 limited university graduates recruited. 920 used to offset the previous year's spillover as reconciled by the Controller and Accountant General's Department in consultation with Ghana Education Service. Total utilized 16,333. Balance remaining 167. Utilization of diploma teacher clearance 2,000. 1,387 recruited, balance remaining 613. In summary, total financial clearance received in 2024 was 18,500. Total recruited 17,720. Total unutilized clearance is 780. It is therefore inaccurate and misleading to assert that some 39,000 appointment letters were issued without financial clearance. Every teacher recruited in 2024 was backed by valid and documented clearance from the Ministry of Finance. Documented that it was signed Honorable Abena Osei Asare, Minister of State, Deputy Finance Minister, dated 26th July 2024. And there are other documents. And here, Honorable Haruna Drusu said, and read your continent and walk at today. I tell a phone. Sabia Bruce couldn't talk. No kuntum pusam. No kuntum pusamo. Eternal. Some 14 minutes gone past 8. Or Chamaba AS Angel, the radio PRO. What can I say? Abnasa Wabedi Ampon, Atinasi. Quaka Tamubo Swan, and net Yawo, and Samoa and Kratan at the Abba. Or Chamaba Marching. And you so sky. I'd say, oh, Barry, some Mahama Mamu. I specific Mahama Mamu. And Mammy kind this. Come Mahama Mamu. Nice one. Why? And why? Ejabeka say, ye trade Yame. Fine. Now, as far as I maybe good, I mean, say me verdict of John Mohammed's 120 days social contract. And I was starting all Cassandra. Now, unfortunately, my wife was share in Comfort TV. Movement is Accra. 101.3 telenovela. Aha, DB. Number so I would have been only time. Not or heavy. What is it? God bless the home. I was there in the church. Then I was President Becassos. Diano Becca. Obado, besides Diano Becca. That was what Becca 120 days social contract. And you know, me too God bless the homeland and I'm here fast. I could pay shit. In Tosca, my said then yes, sheet papa. Me share me cardboard nomination. Say we are not me fire to move and Sabia and your fire. But this is my verdict on the 120 days social contract of John Draman Mama. When you say near Francesca, or the Milko Street to Yang, the Bocatan. Okay, I'm glad to say.
Wafa, me hoye.
Okay, Yanti Simona and Queen. Why near Chassis? What?
Me Chassis, ladies first.
You see, I was some part, the BBI come up. I'm not MC. Your friend, Yaru.
Member Yaru.
One.
Nini de way and any crack.
One make any damage as some boy Yaru what to MC. One
crackers a crumb for a bone in you.
Make any damage. One question may Yagumano, honor, and then one of us Indian crash giant.
Osikani say okaso for bibin to soma or the second one be na koto so na ka say ba say twa we bo na court the next one na afi na be na wura inside just say why confused and I say you have been intro for ni yeah so ofa no phone so na camera no stop here camera no so enye djuma
anyway yaro be very careful so ati be very careful over there abraya ntisi ni yankwedim
ofa medase ma mesha sie ewo daily post ko wakrata num na yaro bra wa bra ochiremansam wo fie ha de President John Dramani Mahama ni foni eda daily post ko wakrata nim ewo ha sei se enra wakasa ye wo se ne 120 days no eye researching Ghana ene ye wo se enwema ahodo na no mu keke sie ni na research no so de wofa yenko ni nyawo yekɔ ne ten na ya sha sa cheche sanitary pad den na so yenko ne ten what ya say it's daily post ko wakrat nim ena we so eda na yera justice atuguba enro wakasa ye ena waka kire Ghana Bar Association for say ene every this wa be mu na mo eya munya ne na mutumi kasa atutu bi diama no wo mpa daily post nim ena we eda yera edubu aheni memu no ena yekire mu se ne mumu claims ekire say NSB4 SI 8.3 million Ghana cedis ewo opposition party so ahead of 2024 general elections no entina ye bisa say sabre na party ben ena wo opposition mudede anwo ye nyina wo nsem ho ada ho daily post
anaba me for the business analyst entwaso na yama mpeni John Dramani Mahama no komo odi ye ni na mu no sanitary pad no de we na ne je ho minim was 6 million Ghana cedis bin so e dey procure sanitary pads ni bi e dey aba na primary level no 3 packs every term and secondary level no so 4 packs per semester it is 6 million Ghana cedis and the assign e dey akoto sanitary pad but no ntin konkoda and pay 120 days social contract, the business analyst shaping economic decisions. And so the Muslim idea about building a just a prosperous Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. Now, and he just say abandoned MPP among Kuno and share one year to go Kwemu. And then they AD results, send this by ye, woman idea piano a sabi, a day and Susan Sopa piano at the Ebo May eso. Inflation had dropped 21.2%. It was 22.4%. And then they about 21.2%. Thanks to a year abandadano epobusumimu and atiako from kaya 2022 December yenibro yaniye all because of COVID no ne chinsu sansono ema inflation ko 54.1%. NPP abani ye dwuma ebere mu fra be mu na somewhere 23.1%. Mikai pa anopay ebere ni afenti the business analyst no kakra ono so e de abani
Meto also edi free the Ghanaian Times ko wakrata no emu ene Ghanaian Times say the most authoritative newspaper ene Dr. Sakara ono no foni eda ha sei ene wo kire mu say ene President John Dramani Mahama no 120 days no e wo se wo hye na wotumi edi eye nneoma bi abema Ghana fo nso eho etumi anha wo mo krata feto so du e wo Ghanaian Times ene di we so edi enam na Bank of Ghana edi abetu dwa kire mu say ye gold reserves no I hit 31.37 tons and also at the Kuwakrat nim ene anope na ye kire mu say ene Ghana ye demonstrate global leadership eba ne say immunization and also e wo Ghanaian Times enim enanope
the supreme newspaper the Bokrata no you know come na do ahen and they was spilling national security secret no e ho sam so eda ha na se atuamemu na se tebiri 5.1 million kane no 510 billion edima obabesia say ye the eto luxurious vehicle the amanda that is 2024 Nissan Patrols and Land Cruiser the amaya peni John Dramani Mahama special aid ebra no position ya na o man kasa so no eyenjejereje
obi atwema adwen so say joba ama special aid no mienu wa chiofosu
na adeshetu bawa mutari etino
cars no see mienu
etino do mo hen specific why omu mienu no why
cars ni mienu say Nissan Patrols and Land Cruiser in the cars ni mienu could be so toma mienu ni
obi anya ba
na nwanwa pa say efri enura abra asam no beto odwa no na Joyce Bauer on Twitter I
won
on Twitter makon pages ni na so bibi ani ho
won kan hwe
nso ono po no se ye na bibi ba be si odi kan kra be bom ansa na de kro na si
anyway ye de wo ha ya atwa ana
yes
wonim kra ya nso yenim kenkan wo kra ba be kenkan ma ya kwani
krata fa to so amiensa metaso gina mu e wo newspaper friend supreme na yera Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo kane Lands and Natural Resources Minister papa no ono na ka say wo kyerem say chip embedded passport no aba we de bono safon ne omo nim ho maache eye MPP aban no ma Michelle ayukobotwe an wo ye minister for foreign affairs and regional integration ne penso and France ya na ye say dwumade we nti mobile number to aso a ma monye credit no emfa ma ho supreme newspaper ni
mede the daily searchlight to aso eno kro yan so nam de betu apo e wo medie nim na wo fa se eno ayira ha na edu su ne na wo ka no wo kokohia ene akyerkyerefo no na wo kyere mu se ene nipa dodo na aban ma wo mokɔ hya asese wo mu ye adwuma 39000 teachers no wo fa ye ntumi fa wo mu nyina entumi fa wo mu nyina sanse ya ma wo mu clearance ene ye fa wo mu eno na ene former Ghana Education Service Director General wono so the evidence dia ba wo fa ne wo kyerɛ no the evidence abata ho wo kyerɛ ye twɛn se wo mo beba abeyi ano enti mpanimfo ni mienu foni eda ha sei Dr. Eric Nkansa na Yera Haruna Edusu Education Minister Kratafeto so mienu wo the daily searchlight ena di wo so edi ebaye na Vivo Energy Ghana for aye wo nyame so ade ene wo organize workshop edi ama ema wo rehabilitation centers awodum Kratafeto so miensa ena di wo so edi ebaye Stanbic be raise team support edomonia chiremu ene Bojuasi Graceland Child Care School wo mu akobo wo mu Kratafeto so nan wo daily searchlight ena di nam
daily guide the worker atenum nsam so ewa ha na kuledu yi adomoto so amiensa eya sante hema wano efoni eda ha ena Lady Julia asante hene ehokani ana asante hene ankasa so ejina ha bi oma hye fita ena miensa besen kro ena na asante hene edi ni birthday within finisha ne dio so 75 years na asante hene Manso abompaye e de amane se mo birthday boy akwapa no kwafo oso asanteman amabi aso Ghana mai na eso IERPP4 and omu chirem se Mahamas 120 days social contract no a failed promises edubo ene and national security operatives no san samua and MPs bi no so a wada wo no adi e den sate no wo so se sika no bi wo mo de wose wo sire mu no ahosem so e wo ha akatachie so e wo asanteman mu adisho mo won so na omu chem se ya je omu concession me omu didi so na from nsem wo kwambo na so eno asem na kwakwa mo sika gbo asem bi so Swiss port cocaine suspect bi a ye chem se ye tere no ya man 52 million Ghana cedis bail edisi
ya da mo ase honorable Isaac Abuama Nyako aba wo constituency bay
me wo afia
edu MP na aba
me MP pa na aba na wana me to aba.
No, I see.
And clearly, let me tell the truth. Last elections, Betumano. And then my secret in AP. Was about to a secret. But and I say at where we into. Okay, I said there was a time in Yakunya Sanopa, money shown as ma, many interview.
Yeah.
Yes, me bahano. Na me manetias, yes, the constituency. Me come for any from baby I started and baby and I say. I was saying when I'm about more constituency matter for 4 years and still now I'm trouble but maintain constituency see
okay
is am it is caricatan but still when I'm trouble
all right
me trouble Alaji Bawa
I
want I'm trouble
okay and you know honorable Isaac Abuama Nyako MP for Efia constituency yere no etina sena yere na di enkomo me ba cho stay tuned in yeba
singing out the gym. It's soon tea. Yeah, just so
year 2024 election and Manso can say Meko thank you to Akodasi. But thank you to no me can say yen Accra because na Professor Michael Quay and in the committee no omu chinchin constituencies nyinaa wo Ghana echo year research enti na mempese ye ha omo ejuma no enti mehye nse omo wie omo ejuma no a na mahye ase abaye thank you to no abada party for nyina ase na madwen ho kwan a mefa so abaye thank you to no ena meka say MPP adia ye hia panri eye kabo enti na meka say thank you to me sorry me kwa enkoye me ne party no ebekabo ena
enkakra want to me 101.3 Western Diamond Television Western in the morning arope yesim konwa yi Erika ka cho say yebe body ra efia constituency the honorable member of parliament oho lawyer Isaac Yabu Amanyako fresh ideas arope ofia say yebe dim komo yebe hwe efia constituency na fe yahwe parliament na NDC by President John Dramani Mahama ne 120 days in office no ya je lawyer so adwenkyere dia fa ho and odru brashebe fia memeka specifically new MPs nice parliament wamanya akonyo mo so meye the constituency ahodo especially Western region bebre no an minim so mo ye mumu so mo ye dey I don't know but honorable Isaac Yabu Amanyako aba oh lawyer ya misha ya hwe modern body adwuma din a wo ya brasebe gafie adwuma enye bete but abrani abra nyina no wo kire wa adwen fa ensam a efa wo man no ho ya me enkoso amu akukuduro wo mu ahode nyansa ne nimdi a wo de bebisa ensam a adimu aye papa ye nyina ye hwehwe no nso ebeba Abushia Sam 28 minutes gone past 8. Honorable Isaac Yabu Amanyako, member of parliament, Efia constituency, ye guest and anope yanko na yamanache na yamana kwaba. Bepacha odo WhatsApp and a text ebeba 0248071174. Ye live on Facebook, Western Diamond TV. Ode o message in fa ho ba ye be kind the amount. Ye live on YouTube, Western Diamond TV, TikTok also. Yeah, live over there. For 17 nyina no fa hobra na enkinka ni nyina emfa emaw. Lawyer adopay matching.
Ya menua Osikani.
Apom to say
Nyankopon na daroma mu yi na waso apome.
Lawyer Yesu adom ye ho ye pa.
I fresh pa o.
Misuasu akakra fresh ideas no so the fresh beginnings ne honkro the ban e ba ti no wanam tu na otutu no yenso ye tutu esisi mu kakra. Yeah. Honorable Wadaroma Efia constituency to say
me da CP Osikani enda Nyankopon na ase ode ye nyina ye nkwa oda ache ye ndenso na menda weti fu nyina wuti wahwefo nyina wonso yema wona ache yenchi ache manu ntumi bibi owo bia na daroma na Western Diamond TV owo Western region na Takoradi nimpotema yenso yetumi eba na ye ne Ghana for becha adwen enti chemanu ntumi yeda na ase da webui TV ni biso ahade Minchia impenyufa wo Western region I am for and I impenyufa young regional minister Honorable Nelson onona Osho region do Minchia young member of parliament for Takoradi Honorable Kobe Ocheda Kumensa Mabanasa Asedo in the Anopeya Yedin Komo Minchia MPs across the region Yefa Honorable Fifi Bokman Kwesimin team Yefa Nyamike Blay Sekendi yefa Dr. Grisa Yinsu Iskado Ketan Shama Emilia Arthur Honorable and Minister ena yenu anoma wo a Hunter West na amfinina yebumana Western region ye yekur enti no bibi obibi a wonso bichian na membre efie membe chia efiafo efia impenyimfo ahemfo asofo na muslimi impenyimfo minchi ahu nyina ma wonachi wonada romana inde mugudu miye adwuma wo parliament onye wona nka ebia mugudu medi me power Ghana Revenue Authority ana baby fofre nti efiafo nyina michia won ma wonachi na aseme bi say efia boko since January ena mobile pro ko nkran da ye ko yedwuma as member of parliament na ye parliament edwuma no so no say de ye be fie ba be hwe de efie tiden enti owuma o se de meba na meba be chia efiafo na mite won kasa na me hwe wonani so ade hu na oda wonanim woni problem so wona ye nyina ya adwen kwana ye be fado be sie nyame na adom ye kasa in the me ifia boko boni bi antu yen
ye danyame ase very well ye gina afia na ya pagya nkomo de afiri ho ye wi na afi ye ko ye mrase bi afie nso lawyer Wadaroma so far afia constituency wo munya gidi o moto abama wo wa be di o manimu ene we mrase bedwani wo eye afia so far ye nhwe narrative no any conversation no in your constituency etiseng
me da say mana me hu sense me sha say dem me member of parliament edwuma oni de edwuma ne so na yinyim ye kwa pro ansa na yiti ho nkom but say ye dru baby a o say de ye edwuma na nkasa o de insakra in impuntu o de bebe efia but mana de bia make so ne de yen jinan kranim ni ntutu enkrane it was said yetum yehye a well orchestrated plan, a clear vision yebotum ye ditu na ye de transformation na yehwehwe fu efia no medaba enti I have drawn up Mankasami strategic plan for the good people of Efia. Ye focus on education, ye focus on health, you focus on sanitation and water. Now you focus on employment generation. Meka mejuma aprobo amekwe nyina nsan ye beto abana de menzama anani eno ye the 4 major critical areas are odam yenenu adu Efia. Into them 4 areas me breaking it down on a yearly basis, on a quarterly basis. Abakwan ye be fado ye be transform the society. Inti se eshe anamona yetu moko parliament I'm one of the early people that will be questions for parliament to try and bring attention to some of the infrastructural challenges. In Tefa, if you come number 9 bypass road, I know I say if CDH road, I have friend Blanco road. Now if you come number 9 traffic light. Me ye de meba say for a start because honum na edwuma no rekodo dedawo na waka kakra bi ma edwuma no wewie but yama ye nenu ankon e kwa ne be say more particularly ye ko in Sutobre no it me raise these issues on the floor of the house. Minister of Roads and Highways Oba Biyano Oseyembo the contractor no obeba site no ababa ye edwuma. Now as a member of parliament say a bisa question I say we ya no a on said edwuma no osi hwa o said etu ne hwa na mo na ehwe de no kwa mana abanike no ye hu bibia na I've been following up with the urban routes and highways one I was supervision of the Menzame mene regional director di nkomo mene national director me no ka se yankopon ya adoma contractor ne sheboden after Easter obeba na waba be yedwuma asatene da me follow up on it suggested that we ntu mwamba but nyame ya adoma warman pressure to come back to site and work. Yes nyame there's a contractor ni tumba even by end of May within 2-3 months we should be able to do away with it. Okay. So echo number 9 traffic light na eneda again many urban routes for kasema ye free contractors na woye traffic signals no and also what train sika kakra wa Accra but must say the most to be a one brand a woman be traffic light na ye hu ntoyen manfen siwa FIN road na zebra crossing so wodu nyina wa paper. I had to check again with the contractors and won krana woye. Na contractors was woye juma wo wager to Kaswa. Nyame ya adoma in a matter of about a week or two. Wo beba na wa ba be zebra crossing na wa paper ni na wo. Efia constituency. Mana make me this in the ejuma na ye wo ye no onye kiki but oye adwen ena opepa ye pede ye de transform examebi and you know if we able to go behind the scene and MP we ejuma kro ne de ebe lobby besides the legislation what I'm doing is part of the lobbying back end na ibutum ye de nusu and payeda ba efia but say ba education sector na oye one of my critical interest areas. Just about 3 days ago you could support BEC for Wobotro when the exams one mock. Last year according to Education Directorate and Moana YDCSC Moframa no ma one results no okwenim nti wo besred as afisi botuma yemboa na ye organize 1,020 students one mock na metre both one our private schools na one our public school. The effect of it in the apart from awofa in kawaji uniska wonya anade bia ebinu benya ebi onya ebesida na mebi atro ema ebi ntro the mawofo na nka wonya no one bed na me yefio mana obotumpo wetua na so se metua manipa no obotum odisika no oda yebi bifofo. But the end result in the ahusiesie pa ye benya ma ye nimebu na wo try exams wa pass ni to me move on na ku free SHS no. That is the most important aspect of it. Now after supporting them with them sikano nyame ya adoma mesan mama won akade what about try exams which is their mathematical set, their pens, their rulers and all. Last year na ye de mejuma no bibisade it's sure they say you power na de you need power na de say you win abana you bo kodani hayana because people normally see these things when it is election year but make a share one day yeah but the politics yeah but the baboboa ejuma no so nyame aduma in 2 weeks time with the collaboration of the Education Directorate may supply mathematical sets na pens na rulers na ade medama 1,020 students ni na obotro BC wefia enti mema awufu bia on ha wona ho na onka de onko akope ma set na we nyi bi na no keka ho mefa dem dwumedi na ma ya ma won also to ensure that emoframan benya the peace of mind na what are prepare na what are akotro examination. Another area of education share basic level aba kwan ye be fado moframa wo KG class 1 class 2 ye be boa won ma won so won entete no akoso nti no mene district education ye draw a framework bia periodically ne ebotum ya resolve some of the challenges eneda ye kwa inspect school or Ifia or friend St. Francis in Cancer area. It's supposed to be a primary school, but there are challenges with enrollment and infrastructure. It's in the on how to deal with that property. Another school, no. Many presiding member, Honorable Philip Nyako. And I buma ye former member of Parliament Fia Honorable Joseph Kujubi Biobiano Michian Yankopon Unshan what shall I say to try and improve on them particular school. It we are looking at Abakwan Yebe Fada Yebe Manimudo na Yitum Yabuama enrollment and so wakwaso in that area. Say Eba water and sanitation area and so right from March in a mesha said mutu and amona fa kwana ebe fado in sutona obebano ombambe how on farmer in wefia because since suta ifia is one of the biggest areas ayenya problems make the entire constituency na ebakwa akohwem ne na yen gates akese na oho ni nyina why choked yentum yen dieselt it nso ne ba pepepa na wa flat oda akogu nkrofo wonfie na wondanim. I started engaging the regional minister Honorable Nelson and our coordinating director and sana nyamena adum yen municipal chief executive Honorable Majid Oba Benyane confirmation MC Subibio Ubia Michian Mimanitinkwa the wenya the position to serve the good people of Ifian Kwesimi team as the municipal chief executive. And you know, so far yetum ya draw all the necessary plan. What's assembly no was they will release Sika na what they call the major. And unfortunately, I was supposed to have met the MC yesterday, but we took one Accra or Concran in Tibia next week one year. But here to me and trend ma insunemba na oma mese in Zama and Sana. And I'm already working with the engineers of ECMA and a coordinating director. Nyame adoma in the yebeshemba na obukwa kusina mene MC so akasa so that immediately no yebotum the machines akwa grounds na yakotiti gates ni na yebobu mansana 3 days ended the nature and the danso Masha say commissioning some boreholes project initiated to improve on the water situation. Into Elko Western Ukrum Bancha say Eba Eastern Ukrum 24 hours area honomna ye to 2 new boreholes are or Bobuama one hour the mumpo team honomno say in Sumba ubotum wenye beshe 24 hours kwana businesses in Kote na ugu it is a in Sumwe dena aba kwan Robert Fado mechanics away adwuma na de no botum wenye nsu wada hohoro one na de one that was one of the major reasons you provide nsu honum no so Robuama the general water situation na onye wo constituency nim be improving. I have done extensive engagement again with the Ghana Water Company or Western region to try and find a solution to the perennial issue seminar onkoyi, and I can assure the good people of Ifia in our Western region at Takoradi and Kwesimi team because the region according to the community Ghana Water Company boss we and why establish a bigger plant with the Boasi area and Oboboa in water distribution. It's here support one with whatever we can. Na yetumi yenya insu ankasa we entapim or Western region, particularly within the metropolis. And I'm sure the on-CHLP, them projects, it will come to fruition. It's here on the top far. Ejumane doors yes support have almost about 200 people provide support financial support for tertiary level. One hour water credit technical university, 1 hour teacher training na no kikawina ehwe fees na also intino kakra yen nyina ebutum yeda aboa ma yenem mebu na woku school na so wetum akon wewie no abeye ni papa woda maye no. That is another big area I've provided financial support inti ye bonitofa within the past 5 months, another 4 months as member of parliament. Some of the big initiatives are here.
Very well. Honorable, the past 4 to 5 months, Munia, Obey MP or Efia, or the candidate near Wayana Ebia Tuja. Yebisa Edia my Efia for said, Sir, Uretu Hua. Yes, specifically, Ayana MP no, ye 2 challenges in the ma a year, 1 more year Jumano. Sani ebeya enei yenyina yebehunu o competency wadaroma 4 to 5 months munie enema hodo a odi agu apono so ne wahye ase a ye hu adwuma ne o de ntutu ya ba o pesika na ye de aje so far LYB Efia constituency o rate hu a o be rate hu say below average, and I say higher.
Normally, no, can we join the Yabema Ashefo and Adi for another one? Ifiana, why the best judges in terms of my performance so far. But se mubu compo just over the 4 months. Musa Mekeno, the core function of a member of parliament, legislative functions.
That's right.
It is a access more parliament over the first session. Me say parliament only 1 day.
Okay.
Into me presence on the floor or in the House of Parliament is 99 point something %.
Okay, that is for the first session.
First session.
Okay.
Into 1 day now me absent and me ba 6th match. Into the 7th match now or ye Friday no. Now osede me edwuma bi wo constituency in a me say. In terms of presence on the House of Parliament, na me parliamentary duties and more parliament on musa menye din wo parliament eba na epen wana wo correct minutes yen minutes ye can vote and proceedings epen wana wo nya adaje wo can na what tintin ebia corrections or vote and proceedings to be a parliament. I'm one of the people who do a lot of corrections on the vote of proceedings. Informants share contributions I may make on the floor of the house. National issues from communication to agriculture to economics to finance. I'm one of the very few can nipa 10 or minority can nipa 15 and now 20 from both sides of the aisle. I'll be one of the people wakasa dodo on the floor of the house contributing, not just wanting to talk. Eko first time was a policy winning man to about man. I feel no question which one tenenka, but it is possible that obi boko first time na ne kasa obeka na ne contribution obey even more heavier than obi awati na parliament for 4 years or 8 years, and we have shown it based on Yamina Duma or Damaheninti urban contribution on the floor building yen parliamentary process. Now I think they have been one of the foremost. Then when you talk about lobbying for the constituency, which is another function of a member of parliament. Nimubina make a show about questions maybe sir yen parliamentary stories nima. Even in the western region, I mean the only member of parliament has so far we bisa question when ya imwai or minister honum within the first session of the house.
Good.
Then when you come out of it na eba constituency na osede wants me I have done more than, apart from Asori Amakobe 45 years that's my so far about 10 community engagements within this first session. Mo komeba me engagement no wabwa ma me to mete na ma solve people's concerns within them community areas. Some of the water mayen were number 1. Na boho no honum pump I say was the pipe or they must say I had to release money for it to be fixed. Yeah, kasi in Sono was solved and one hour Presby area number 1 mattered this area honing in ano. It mattered this educational unit area honing in Awenya in Swa or Buawan. And then when I gave a background of lobbying Amay in the Chia on Mempeda Kasanbe intino, but within the next couple of weeks, you 2 years with the zebra crossing and why you 2 years with the Ifia number 9 traffic lights and Waso. You 2 years with the contractor harbor site where you road now. Then that will tell you that a Jumanka will be 2 years and now 3 years my wire no. Obi botum or the 4 months and now 5 months or the year my wire ye. It's ya bonne tougher the ma. I think there's a Mansa na me mark mo na ma hwede momodin botiden me hwe me energy ma hodin a me da hye adwuma nim me hwe me nyansa a me da hye adwuma nim me hwe me sika a me da hye adwuma nim a me dwe na ma yi bi kakra.
Very well. Yes, because most time you know you jump the man tiefo ni ahwefo ni wo constituency, but at a certain point in time you know we need to be bold.
Sure.
Yes. Now, yeah, chairman for say we are competent enough to lead you.
That's
so, and you know, the BBC ayero emuana de ama me no eno ano no wadaro ma ukọ mra se fie no o serve on committees do senso ana
me da say normally in parliament ebenya there will be one committee and two committees obed in there will be benya 3 committees and there more than that on the House of Parliament. Particularly ever first in them done when your committee be could be ana what was the master but God being so good, I don't know how and why. But what the matter to 4 committees on the House of Parliament. I serve on the Finance Committee. Yes, which is supposed to be the biggest committee. Yembu committee being in here, but for the load of work or Parliament or committee level, the Finance Committee ranks as the most busiest committee in Parliament. I serve on the Finance Committee. I serve on the Environment, Science and Technology Committee. Me serve on Winnowing Committee. Then I may serve on the House Committee. Now, Winnowing Committee, committee for Parliament, yet in the new standing orders were publishing in 2024. Onona oya committee Parliament ye ne dwuma pote ne de yeshembra
right
na embra ne nso no ofi executive na oba presidency na oba na ye dama committee ne nkohwehwem wonte nkrofo na adwen wo wi amendment bi won man wo da aka won wo da aba traditionally say committee ni ye ne dwuma or the report ni na odeba house then all members of Parliament what can be wo amendment na da no da aba tradition actually them process no so over house amendments na comments no ya odoso into all my time also the Parliament yedi dwuma no na ni nyina yede ti won ma yede amendments ebi okwa nka oti bibia sa academic amendments nimpo ka on famba into the Winnowing Committee na what no is supposed to say obi the bill by Parliament committee ni ye dwuma ni wi ansa na ihe nyina ye behwe mo Parliament no obia owo amendment another contribution na bibia no wo ka che na onsan onfambra na ye mfa nko Winnowing Committee it Winnowing Committee ne na ye be twitwa emra ne ho ya pruning the man ye make sure there obia nko wo emra ne ho asem no oda aba ma ye tain man ye incorporate ne concerns within the smaller committee group. It's by the time I ever floor of the house, not the casa no onko casa tenten. It is a very new but very tedious and it needs a lot of dexterity and experience. And yeah, when you mean pay the able to be abua na ya yibi afa the Winnowing Committee. Then the last one, which is the House Committee. House Committee, the well-being of the Parliament House. Into yen offices, yen parliamentary chamber, yen foyer, MPs, one well-being or to then. A lot of these welfare issues are supposed to be handled by the House Committee. Yaminadum, I'm also on that committee to serve.
And answer I do about 2 committee be so specifically bia said okay say finance committee one of the highest committees in Parliament one more check okay is it based on competence level and I say dia
the leadership of the caucus in our case as minority a minority leadership
all right
then wo obia ne information bibia obia fiba ejuma obia ye mo na wo Parliament the committees are serve the and I am for so ya ba your background ya daba so and you want to share everybody to a place ebenya the best out of it and I wasn't there when these considerations were made but about the composition of the minority on Finance Committee, for example, young ranking member Dr. Amin Adam, who is the former finance minister.
That's right.
Young deputy ranking member Stephen Amwa, who was a former deputy minister for finance. We have Dr. Gideon Buaku, who was the spokesperson for the vice president and the flag bearer of the MPP. And then we have Dr. Kabiru Mahama, who also served as an economist or flag bearer time now or a vice president, the secretariat. Then you have myself, who is coming from Ghana Revenue Authority, and then also as a lawyer. And then we have lawyer Koko Loretta, MP for Etiwa West, and also on the floor. So leadership in our background in that way, and I'm sure they took some of the background we have come from, the ability to articulate, because we are supposed to hold the minority accountable.
That's right.
Inti ya danyamiase the ebia wo check kakra no mana yenso yetumi yenye.
Very well. Yenyina economy so kakra. O background no any at least tax expert is how we know why more GR ne won kro but eba ni sika sebne indicators a boama economy ni gina nice so a wakwadare mu yie pa. President John Dramani Mahama the first 120 days in office, specifically on the economy. It was saying or born home based on the wakaya in opposition far. President Adam Kwekufuado and Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia economic management in home. I wanted to two and the wabaya or yeah. It was saying, do you have a future with President John Mahama when it comes to managing the economy?
Yeah, I think that the economy, they will take you over from an economy that was growing.
Yeah.
First, economy not oyeden. It's in a call IMF.
That's right.
Based on the IMF interactions, we were supposed to work hard and meet certain targets. Nyamena done by 2024, MPP Aban Orokono. Na yetum ya yejumaden ma ya recover from all the external shocks and the challenges na economy. So the economy was on a very good trajectory. It's in a time now, President Mahama be reading the State of the Nation. Now Finance Minister will be reading budget. Walkie Kase say in Zama about the economy, Bekadem and economy now what it to happen some nade. We showed by the records that they were being dishonest. And then later when IMF for na one abandoned common reporter obe chiniche the government of the day was trying to be dishonest with the realities on the ground. Manamotu Makane, they also was to move from a very good end. Or your early days yet, but Manawoye and so oye. Because if them legislations are what amended, removal of e-levy, removal of betting tax, and all of those things. These were in Zama, na other Ghana for na kumado there, or said aban oyifihonum. If they have been able to successfully take it out from it, not share there, why are they? Say effort says dollar CD dollar now modern baby a ogina say na not share the world modern but ninyina no onye new MPP in 2017 yeah the boss economy actually CD no ya yende 18 now dollar is 16 now in the 13 point something now we have to give the government credit but the point is that for how long will it be I mean yeah cranka dollar umbra 10 CD another umbra 8 CD abandi obe the madini biano ye babo na about so on the economic front economy is very diverse in a 1 5 3 4 months 1 5 judge but small indicators now removal of those taxes you know in the stability of the CD dollar in a say even revenue generation a challenge kakra o me pede make one sem in there but me steady the trend for the next second half of the year then I'll make a very significant statement on revenue generation situation in Ghana. It is a young boy who modern revenue side now then we have a problem. But so far on the economic side, I'll say the government has performed creditably.
On taxation, or say or be COVID levy, FE or e-levy, 10% winnings on betting, and I feel emission levy. Emission levy, no, you let him say abandoned and I implement it. I feel you can't say e-levy where you do a free hole. 10% winnings on betting so where you do a free hole. COVID-19, and that's so ever. Lawyer, I don't think maybe say something in an essay. Yeah, him say yeah, they a tour ɛna e develop on mine and you wɔ position no obo abana na otiso na chi sɛ COVID-19 ni wo mamu ha biem enso aban no ɛda so ɛgye COVID-19 levy na wo ba wo yi de free ho wo ba ya when yi bi afiri ho ɛgye bi na wo gye bi no kura no wasan so afa back door ɛde foforo aba be ka ho President John Mahama ne NDC were they honest with Ghanaians with regards to the removal and then the scrapping of some quote and unquote nuisance taxes?
Inti mana abani by the time I will read the budget in a subsequent legislations now obey na amend portions na Ebeka de abano was not truthful, and all of them now you lose the credibility and the GD and nipa no woman as a people because esheboa or said edido say entum ndido I said echrim edeshe nipa no why the boss say titi we mean to mean there be no COVID-19 levy. COVID-19 levy is a percentage of every indirect transaction, goods and services. And the amount of money COVID-19 levy na obimuna. So if you should be able to provide an alternative source of revenue generation. It's the time now wo betting tax, wo levy no. Now we share the COVID-19 levy. So what you onusu fi onuma or be very difficult for government to meet its revenue expectations because government now will create one for any means be amba would be generate new revenue. Man why ya de on cap day ye fi eba refund account ye reduce 6% on refund accounts here 4% so that you be free some portion of already existing government's revenue. So the government has not been very truthful to Ghanaians when it comes to them COVID levy and some of the other taxes are okay obedi hujuma, and I think that they should be bold to stand up and say that says what IMF was the restructure the entire VAT system into say review now and I will be yefim. Review now
recently Nkoma Elkosu Ghana has here obiade na no atomu bi na adano ada the NPP and afi coalition of political parties ye ho ye kire the suspension and the removal of the Chief Justice lawyer Wadaroma Ghana Bar Association omdo resolutions aba womo kire President Mahama say with immediate effect Orange State here Chief Justice now was suspended no but free time was resolutions in be to Ghana. President Mahama entu ho anamon ye baby a my Ghana ye de ye democracy eko na aban ya to aba ma no aba na judiciary no a ono no okura ni tumi oye ankura ono de ne ho no aban pese wo de politics no partisan politics no eko wura mu no wadaroma esaben na aban ya otisui because there have been some commentaries MPP forum be say President Mahama eya so brachie na oyi Chief Justice ni free wa omonka hwe da aban be sesa no Chief Justice no ordinary ba no won so oni Mahama be kofie and oni NDC e be kofie. Lawyer, your take on this one na yenkuye
ni one of the most dangerous Sarah Yericha Wagana Hadi na Mesre Ghana Funyina de Woma Yenfa Yen Dichi na yen yembo yen democracy na hoban onya dema da create what them na democracy no we bogu yentido. Why there since independence apart from Kwame Nkrumah in 1964 or try the Chief Justice Akukosa Ghana had a Yanantuma debut 2024. Yesha democracy as in 1993. Yenya more than 6 chief justices over the period. why there a fee ena omampanyin bi aba opede chinchina oyi chief justice why enti yensro esana yepede yetwa na because after the three arms of government judiciary ne penny arm osede oye so independent from politics oboboyin na ye ho ban executive oye bibi na sonya court ne yeko sir parliament ye bibi na sonya court na yeko enti court na Ghana fu nyina osede voiceless obi a oni as ano a obekasa a obi sisin oboko na wakwa kana asem no say executive and a legislature ye oboko mpo na ye the politics ye the realm na ye assess the composition and the structure and kwana wo fado a ye run ye judicial system na then for me or ye one of the most dangerous path a ye reko na obi beka de omampanyin oni ho kwan de oyema na oye na constitution ni manokwan constitution na chere kwana asepede eyobia ebefado eti omampanyin beka de amede mijina ekwana constitution ni ken mesa competition be the Koma Council of State wodwen the chief justice or assembly ano eti na yedato committee omampanyin otum de obe suspend another unsuspend chief justice we choose the option there be suspend chief justice but my question na be so omampanyin there on a council of state petitions na waba out iye nyina ye kane no se order no osor na odwin hu ye ya odwin de oye good enough reasons wodi chief justice ana that is the question because on your politics that yeah I don't think the President Mahama that I know se opeda order dwen na opega na ni ye obegina them flimsy issues are we raise or petitioning and Banadebia make the president nankasa or as guilty as the charges now or the chief justice yes. Say ye per reason ye dibetu omampanyin na say basis na yet the standard odi to chief justice now then even himself as President Mahama doesn't have to be in office president tidal waves osi na all kuhuno ne brother not driving a car or the kway. Is the brother a driver for the state? Mr. Mokoshe football Ghana na Chado said 5-0 Accra Sports Stadium. Metevi VIP President Nemba Sharaf national security in a police for no ban. Neba no watu abama no Ghana de or a president another abade. They work with them with national security presence.
I see.
One question ministers are what two kwan tete bepimende in Krofa when one two kwan. So many things go wrong. Or you're human, Chief Justice or you nipa and two men kada born fatan. Baba born waye. Onini kune two kwan. One fa boy. Onya boy no nin two kwan. Onini kun no nin two kwan. Eti we abane tuya ne ho per diem. How much is the per diem? It's only ye fan there even or ye mistake no be tuya per diem. You know tuya per diem and nikuna. But ebe ka chena and refund scan if it is wrong.
Yeah.
Is that a basis to remove the Chief Justice of the Republic? There on neba besia on na convocation. President o tukwana one question Nkrofo when won tukwan. Parliament Nkrofo tukwan speaker o tukwana one question when officially what row winding I would want tukwan. Enti oye Chief Justice na yepede ye gune when masini ye tun so that the reset agenda na or won't seem to open the I don't know why they think the Chief Justice is not good enough for them to do their research in the judiciary. Because I'm an epede or a papa, I'm as MPP, Parliament, a member of Parliament. Even if I am the Chief Justice of the Republic, now me say MPP atel as MPP ni. Now say Mahama a president. Now ope BBI with judiciary no a papa. I will help him do it.
Yeah.
Why Abrochi? Don't we have justices going to the Supreme Court on partisan level?
Yes.
Republicans are there, Democrats are there. or kata wenenia wejuma said we wana. No. So if you want to reset the judiciary, what exactly? Kosi si eko quarter engwa kra judges ni bi wote na doka wo di cases kra and wote dan wo bufom. So our lower court, district court, circuit court. Eti ame eka resetter. I'm thinking about abakwan yebe fada yebe provide conducive environment. Abakwan yebe fada yebe ma yen justice delivery system. Se obi the case ko court. Na se asem ne nya asem kesi bia within 3 days or se de wo the case man nipa no ko ni fie. Yeah. Why do obi the case ko court 6 months wo the case na asem no papa obi de 3,000 case or da ko court. Obi wie no etua lawyer call transportation more than 5,000. So what is the justice delivery system for? And that is the kind of problems also they here na drink when you make sure that justice is delivered. Yeah, justice in your dama ordinary Ghanaian na de bia oko court. So it will be to prison another seller go share and sell the way a whole bond. Yeah. Go and look at the conditions. Aye bibi was a young could detain you. A friend will be shade a day no. Eye another ye eba ko sell be na uhu nyina wa yiku another wu akwa fire baba krosa in a krodo so nyina wa yo because the sell is bad and it is the ordinary Ghanaian in all sales. Yeah. Awo enya problem ebe ko sell ameme ye bona me ko sell. Yeah. Why the ye ma sell so condition no onye papa de ekwo no mokura na ebenya wo human dignity. That's right. These are the things we should think about resetting. Appointment of justices and high court judges and NDC lawyer. Now what your judge? Now some member court. Now some yedewa SBD tiama. No. So why are we focusing on Mananihu here? A whole chief justice of the republic. A petition nam in a yine in chen. A Canadini yine manyanse bi enim. There's no sense. I don't know how the Council of State, all these people that we voted, people voted for them to go, one our president appointed, apart from Sofia Akufu. Minim manawakane. If you have a former Chief Justice sitting on Council of State, na se epede eyi Chief Justice. Na the mana oye the Chief Justice away the bidano. Ono omao dissenting viewer. What else all of you? Because a pede emuda mamen why bona no nye bona ebe bisa former Chief Justice the insama would that be or a normal there obe to Chief Justice ana. Yes. And that person would eyi otu yende bia ebia me den wamba out ebia eyi oye bona mpa but eyi what can kukum what you name madam next time the madi menye biom. So if a Chief Justice or the Council of State now o dissent. Now when I walk na wo bomb because open wo depress the nature wo pay favors. People entina odru baby was against scrap even the Council of State. Yes. Because wakwa a rubber stamp both in previous administrations and now. Yeah. And that is why in Crawford joined there say wo position a kasa. But if Nana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo's time an issue came up in a Council of State in 1 year, I will tell them. We can't have a rubber stamp Council of State. We are near fuel, near Muskani, Tuakodami, I will know, and Yan Sasema Jumebi, and I aban Bonko as Council of State member. But we have good reasons why we appointed members to the council. Yeah. So that Obama president, quality, highest level advice. Now, the Council of State will come them petitioning. Now we're convinced that we'll to Chief Justice. I won't go to. Eti na nkofo se dey say etu na won so oba wo botu anya de wo botu nkeku excuse na what do two ended no wo benya no more with the two fofor because fofor no oye de na ne ho bobon in the ministers are one point we onya no asa so won bodia eye de na wo ho bobon enti no I am afraid that yede them esano yedisi ho. I will plead with His Excellency the President. Chief Justice Onye Mameneba. I'm the Chief Justice Onye Jumebi and Farmam. Ondi mi case. Onye me Onye me papada. Musuminya ne papada. Intino Chief Justice I don't know how it will benefit me or the MPP. Why? MPP cases they don't quarter. Ghana, 98% to 99% of the cases in Ghana are non-political.
Yeah.
Civil cases. Echo Supreme Court, 98% of decisions of Supreme Court are non-partisan.
Yes.
And you know what NDC for was Supreme Court in a Chief Justice name, apart from appointment. As the Supreme Court was also Haruna Kebi, President Mohammed Kebi, Akufo-Addo Article 15. Hey, Ghana, yeah, Supreme Court, yeah, the justices, 15 ekogu, and the 7 can walk to 21.
Yeah.
It's what is in your conscience. I dream ben about him as president, Edelko 21. When or you 15, that's what also. Maybe no one return after Bishime.
That's right.
Sir, Adrian Debia, a Petribia, WCC1, Justice Dennis and Senior Jamefe in a Ekubia. You have the space to say, oh, men for 2 and 3, men for uncle. Echi ebinum fima na ye di bia dem da be kan. I'm at 7 straight. E on the 1.7 justices to Supreme Court. Do you know the conditions of service for Supreme Court justices? You have to find them accommodation, you have to buy new vehicles for them, you have to chauffeur drive them, and they all retire on their salary till they die.
Wuntumi Radio 101.3.
Ɛnɛ sɛ ɛnu ti na Justice Paul Bafuboni n'ani abiri because wɔn mu no a aka afi baako no akɔ retirement ne bua.
Sɛ ɔsɛ dɛ ɛkɔ Ghana's history ni ma ɔde kɔ bofie dɛ wei di Supreme wei di Chief Justice na hwɛ obi apɛdi no but the America de sɛ eyi sɛ akokɔ sɛ fi ma even Justice Akwa former Chief Justice Akwa kura yɛn kɛɛ no.
Yes.
Obiara di remefri former Speaker of Parliament Second Republic enimna Obiara ke but that time obi won no sika no da ko di speaker.
Yes.
Enti bana ye nyina oye kwa ye mfa nje hwe enti awo na ye Chief Justice 1 month ye Chief Justice 1 year ye Chief Justice 10 years so George na Wood kwa ye hwe mpo ayi. So what are you talking about?
Very well. Lawyer Isaac Yabuamanya, member of Parliament Afia constituency. Lawyer, your final one in the Dr. Lad Mahmoud Bamia Ashe thank you to us.
Yeah.
Na nkoma eba no ebi mu say thank you to no ebuama ya restructure eye party no. And of course, ye to ababia na enkuguo ba party no ankugu akwade amano no eye de emunyo we de subu obowe we de subu obowe we de subu obowe. Lawyer Wadaroma, your take on the thank you tour and afei adia ba ko a thank you tour no ususu se e de beba ama enkabo mu mapa atimi aba party no.
Me da say and them area are very very important to me Odama Komado pa because MPP as a party say yanhwe yi na yantoto yenzama yi ya iya na wo the party na hye yen nsa yi dey
Wuntumi Radio 101.3
abadi ntina make them yekoto abana yetun yenya one of the worst performance ever in the history of MPP since 1993. 93 Eduboa no lose 92 election. That was the first attempt. We and Poto. Maybe I want to Abakra and will declare results so that Rollins can continue to be the president of Ghana. 96 year the president Kufuor. Yep, calling for changes in elections. The President Kufuor Olusi 36%.
Yeah.
From 2000, President Kufuor Odi enim ma yebe nya tum bepim 2024. The correct means of assessing MPP yen political fortunes in this country. Yen worst performance only 2024. That is the year na you be break 8. Na say epe 8 break na nya 8 and breaker. E ka at least nka nya ba na fa kwa second round mponi ehu de ebe no ho. It lose from 137 members of parliament to 88 members of parliament. Nasa eko thank you toa. Ensua kwana yebe yenka bom yebe umusa yene ye ho be kasa na ya hyase ye sha roba. Ya hyase ye pe president edi. How can you be talking about a the president when you have not even started rebuilding, restructuring, reorganizing the party? Why? Epa one your presidential candidate say a system na what the church party no Ghana for na what to abano say yenye bibia or the Ghana for waji na tumbium there we are still the best party obotu modin puntu da ba Ghana for na brabum ya share the numbers no kwana ofado be ya inzama okocho odemahen na ya magana for ye wan be ye akono Magana for one to abana man. Now say what your flag bearer. One or to abana mo maybe the president. And so Bawomiani movement to go and thank Ghanaians was in order. Because Onyon the first person Okodase from 1996 Kufo Odase Akufo-Addo Odase Olusini na wona Olusini na Odase. It is about me as Okoda party for no asa. It's in the right direction.
Okay.
This time, what's there? One I mean, one contest in a one bra. First, and Warokwa Ubi and Frubia.
Yes.
Party for in a flag bearer in Wakodase. 1 hour from one Bessimi and Queen. I mean, why Ubi uncle apart from Honorable Kennedy, Japan? Why didn't the others respond to it?
I think that Yera could you puku.
But my point is, there were 5 minimum. Then I will call the second round. You won't put first round. Who could be?
That's right.
Why did you get in Western region the Nwamba? So if we couldn't Obiamba, now na booking the Japan soon obey. And now booking the Japan so obey ni na Obiani Adrena or take over because on your president na obedi. On your flag bearer obedi. Ori answer that to go there obe contest for it. It's meaning that obedi chino one for thank you Adrena Eden or the bay. Obada no so oba be test the ground. We will build the base. So when you have this conflict, ye na yes ye kodase, but asene ye kodano or ye adanko dadadwe. It's instead ye kwa ye be share kwana ye be ni ye ho be kasa no. Na eyi so ye akoshi ni t-shirt. Eyi no na wode don be. Eyi na wo budget no do we introduce that. Yeah. One found to about Ghana.
Yeah.
My advice abronye osumwa na okasa please mama yema yeho kwan na enkrofo mfa kasa won fan say party no obi anye benyin na obi anye bese party nim what say ye benyin pia wo kujaw.
That's right.
Onya we sha roba kese no na eye benyin wo party nim party no so nyeska nkote no de ye cheche party. So I don't agree with anybody that will say then I mean I'm Wuska and I win Niska no and abadabade. Oyanye but one fasika so wo fe ntwa nipa. Oyanye nanso one fasika wo fe ntwa nipa mpoa.
Wontumi radio 101
party no on said obia or your leader, whether you are regional executive, you are national executive, you are constituency executive, you are a member of parliament, I am against it today. Will be openly or be support to be. I am calling for a party's new code of conduct. Nobody should open a party leading executive from national to region to constituency to MPs. Obia wana adwen. Time no so ye beko akwache ye na adwen ya ato. But or ye needless there regional executive. Ebeko akwa campaign edetia obi edam obi na se nipa ni wi na obesida na oba wona anda etume na ye.
Yes.
So the party should stop it. Now rather than ye mpekwa na ye be fada ye bokufum. Na ye ne Ghana fa kasa edwuma na ye wo efia na Takoradi na ne ho keka ho no ye wo edwuma ye wo kwesimintim ye we adwuma ye wo Sekendi ye we adwuma ye wo Iskado Ketan as a party abade na ye ya ye botum ye nya ye numbers ne back ye win all these seats in the metropolis time ne so a e wa hoden na sepede serve as a flag bearer of the party e ba na botton no ha party no will be decide who becomes a flag bearer until as I sit here I think oye the honorable Kennedy Japan or twene ho wonja flag bearer na onko round onko any thank you o di thank you ni ono so kwa onko ka thank you nsem na wonja Professor Michael Kwe report ni was o se kuku ye wi ana ye yi ne ho stories for pado ni nyina ne hu hia so okwe report o my recommendation a party no ntro abasem na okwe report no obeya ohia da yen party fu nyina yehu na ye de boyembra the party should list all of those things and tell us ye bona wo magana fu wo hu da ye hu da bona wo se ye no let's tell Ghanaians na Ghana fu won judge ye ne hwe de asem na wo ka kire ye no ya sesa na de na da akwa around report so bi na mutuem na in the Eyisora also Quest report says this Quest report says this report was one o si there na nipa 10 wo aka kan report
to be 101.3
so please let's be serious about this and in Western region yena executives chairman ndede secretary OKT abadena worry ye worry nima MPP obefa nintampe fra 17 we lost up to 9 and now we have only 2 members of parliament ye better na oma 2 no so waje fie nsema there's no way also the NDC will beat 10 people Western region but this is where we are our worst performance of the party in the region what are we doing 5 months down the line Aberdeen region warrior these are the things also the year to one
right
and that is the charge I'm giving the regional executives. It is time for them to come up with a program that is going to lead us to recapture all the seats in the Western region. Now, Obienje, Eminya chairman, Bioma Medi, and now the Mekade chairman did this Obeko. But in 1 hour also, and I pay chairman is the women's organizer, made no. Aberdeen every year to reorganize the party. Because time I will be the regional executive no. Now 1 year wa besenko. Now 2 years wa besenko. What would we have achieved in the region?
Okay. Finally, wo contender ewo Efia Honorable Abdul Majid Dokurugu. Ene ya kasei ono ye Ekma. MC. You didn't buy and maybe I'm shame pa. Yes, because say Kwesimin team Honorable Fifi Backman, NDC.
Yeah.
Now MC or Kwesimin team so NDC. It tells you clearly say Ombeshiabum. A fair constituency. Lawyer, o relationship with Honorable Abdul Majid Dokurugu. It is saying a cordial and I say Mutizing.
I would even call him a brother. Time na elections. We na yeshia ye kubibia ye hug yes so. It's time to know I'm a brother. I call him that you go to Abani na. Already na. Already na. I feel was so draw boss to the high.
That's right.
That you to Abani penny the only time I mean with the pie a while. Apart from that particular day and 2 days after, well, yeah, it to trust some Accra was your ties, which were all unnecessary because I didn't know when that we lose.
Yeah.
And I do so and far Takashi and Fanje Ada on your dear. But Wayaman Obe 1.3 post 8 now or said there or man paying MCs. I mean, it's mini interest or who becomes the MC or my penina and Obe Kana region so be count what den beba. Fortunately for Efia Kwesimin team or the Honorable Majid in what the bay Ame madwene de oye because the last MC came from Kwesiminti Honorable Kujakwa.
Yeah.
Ena efia na me MP mepe efia ni mpuntu no more. Enti no say emam MC ya ofi efia. It means that though said the MC no oye fair to all of us, that is efia Kwesiminti. Ne bias on fambra efia na efia mpuntu no enden on kwenim. There's a clear difference between a Juma member of parliament oye and a Juma MC oye.
Yeah.
I'm a major one them shembra, menko pre-BB, menko lobby, mede kakra men sabekano, menfan tutu akwenyana efia on kunenim. The real development agenda is in the hands of the MC.
Yeah.
Gate ya miss wunti timi. Or said the MC na or shall say that the walk around that mukuti got him. Onye MP mejuma. But osan de oye me ni tu. De da chibia insu obefa ubi. Na ma kwa ni name abe de MP me be hwe de insu no ofa wana. Abra anamona anko se de mutu as MP. De won ko titiga tanim na bibia anya fine so that insu ni mpo ba on hold it the first no. It is mo MC ya. Dem bed na me pede yedi titiga tim no. Oye MC ni no said oye dem ade ne ntem na ifiafo wonya wonu fa hodi. Ekwa na meko announce ya mesede ye nya me na me de kira me pe contractor. The medjuma no oye MC ni edjuma. Enti a lot of work or damage ni tiro. But ame me de ne de mob one. Also, then they collaborate with me so that we bring the needed development. Na epe MP enya wamo MC. Abadena obe efe. There between amen on 4 years time. Yebo to mi akade ahade na na ifia ho. Ahade na yetu mi page ifia ye de kudru. Onye NDC na oye. Me a roader anamukwa boa na se wodi road ba ifia. Onye MP na oye. Onye MC no oye fia na ya pre-road ye died ye dama one. So I am for saying about to baby ana what say na bia Honorable Majid or the baba be didi wa say won for we na obepe MP na me say obedidi wa na say na me wa sibia wodida me na sibia wodidi ejuma na na ye ba de den ye be ye ebre no so na ye won kwa na ye wa ahoden na say yes dey ye pede ye ni bioma obi abokọ akobu na akonta. MC bako akubuda akunta, MP bako akubuda akunta. Mana also nipa no wenenua. Because you see, as a member of parliament, it goes beyond manayekiki. There's so many things that people look up to. And I think that these are the things that are important. Between Majid, Senyame and Adom, na yes, Juma se oba, na ye twa jena o ye ready there opede mankasa sumo buan. Na Odia, he would be one of the best MCs this country has ever produced.
I see. But Surami woman said, "Wow, we are penny a honorable Kobe." Or I am a friend me doing come on or James me kaipa na MPP in the power. New opposition na. Any move bia me make in order to bring development to Takoradi no. Na the MC or as at that time abatu. And you know, just say we ye bia
na ochirede dipa no ni oni kuro ne ho adwen. And that is what I'm saying there. Osede ye nyintra the mindset. Why there say me common fund or assembly. Common fund on miska. What's the MPJ kakra na fa kwabua development or one potem na ma identify project me say the assembly scan on your dia or ye ganiska in the way you been with them MP de on fan ye development it is a my identify development no ma throw a letter sikana aba no ma throw a letter am MC the MC one yi sika no fan ko the major na MC is there onya then why wouldn't you do it among sakra me ma hunto. You can't even tell me you will not do it. So, no, them na nkrofo ye. But on na yen tumpon. That's why we will not develop. Because as at now, the MC is not an NDC person. The MC is a representative of the president for Efia and Kwesiminti. Oshe MPP for na NDC for na ubia on your political no do if ya. So he's not an or your NDC ni by ideology. But in that seat and ne work or said on your NDC ni may your MPP parliamentary a member of parliament. It did not damage MPP MP. But may your MPP MP. May your MP for Ifia. It means the end of Medjumenian or said that seek to develop everybody in Ifia. Any NDC person should come to me when they have a problem. Anybody who lives in Ifia comes to me when they have a problem. And if we have that mindset, and we should even go beyond it, what is the collaboration? Why do we have a regional minister? The regional minister should call all of us, all members of parliament, all people about gender ye they develop Western region. It's a region most of the What are we doing to transform the region? What are we doing? Port in Osiwanuma Okwa Omba. We have chiefs. Aba dena aba collaboration ti na ide afeso na ahemfo we tutu ntam we di festival. Is that all? Politics, chieftaincy, or said that what boom now what the development whatever. And there should be a caller and I do it about parliament minim NDC MP, minim MPP MP. Yen now or said ye call. Ye no there. Abadina yebo to me ye. Because there are certain things I sit in Ifia. Motu ma kwapra ba onboa Ifia. Obo boa obi owa menfi. Why should I only be thinking about Ifia when there is a Menfi, when there is Aguna Kwanta, when there are Takwa and other places are maybe are some of the Nkrofa minu di komo for Juma another one bay investment, you know. And one will to more site business and I wouldn't have banfaso. I'm in for one year Ghana for 1 year Western region for 1 year DC from Kotia. So why?
Okay.
Why shouldn't we think national? Why shouldn't we think regional? Why the Western region? Yen two in 1 year. Yen yen tena wana yen dream bibi hu. Na yen bomi yen koperi. Well, Minister of Lands Amakufiboa. Where is the leadership? Osada wo bim. Na wo fraying na yen tena wo ye dream. Na ye prebibia kwa mampenyi honoma yes Western region for the madin ye pede Takoradi kwano osede wo wie the market circle no osede wo wie the medwuma ya okodo osede wo wie. Then we can all celebrate and say the 4 years are ye better now do as political leaders. This is the change we have brought to Western region. Time no so now ye in politics no be a question blue and red and white. Na red, gold, green, blue, black. Na ye da in politics.
Okay. Lawyer, ye den komo no AC efiafo a wo mo ehwe wo mo mutie ensembe na wo ka e de akwa to e de akyew.
Ye da nyame ase, me da won so ase de still a wo gidi wo mi mu de ye di bi papa be ba ne da be boa efiaman. I want them to understand them don't. I love my people. And many so I didn't who de that she be no bibi kakre bi ameye no botum wa impact positively on their lives. Enti nyame ma won enkwa na hoden na won fa mpaebo won fa nta adwumedi na ye no na nyame o ma ye nipa nenim adom ina enmunyam enti ye kwapri bibia ye bi na ye da beboa efia na nimpotem.
Okay,
yankopon no hye bibia
o hye won so agene mboaten se menchia wo ma no
Major Dominia.
Very well. Abusia yede enkomo ni nyina no asi eye ahase lawyer da foforo wo ba ebenya daje na ye bie eye ahoma ne dia tumene no ye nya some technical challenges kakra entina ya amfa calls no ye da mu nyina amase ye me so na on lamba chotena se kakra mame on TV no and ye mamo movies are efe radio no so no technicians no eguso mo ye ho adwuma enche bia no we will get back on air na fi enkomo ahodo ho nyina so yetimi dia ba premo to ahia abena se wa mani ampo ne o kyerema ba omfa awia prem to bre kase bo embrel oh Western Diamond TV ebo no nan a ochema ba etena se o mani mpuntuo ene ma woro eye me mpabo akese no e de ahye no wontinam na wonsom wo man tiase my Ghana yenna eye production team ni nyina se ochema ba thank you abena thank you Michael Yaro thank you Samuel Dingo thank you so much Kelly thank you Manaprek thank you midin Osikani Frimpong Manso metina mu de ma barima ba nana kunadu abupra ochina afiada adombidum ye ne a yenhia na yentoaso good morning